they talking down now. We don't give a fuck. Yeah. Wait. God is witnessed on my prize. I'm scrutinized on my true desires. I flow through the fire. I'm rolling like tides. I'm not looking for who's higher, and I'm looking for who's moving higher. And if we ever crash, and I spit it through.
Oh. But I could roll in with I'm the man. Yes, I am. Come on,
That's what we were saying before the podcast. Rizzy the Great is a better singer than John Legend.
Sometimes, right? Sometimes,
only in the shower. Only in the shower.
Depending on the octave, depending on the range. I say overall, I might give him that bag. But I'm saying certain ranges, I'm getting them.
The lower ranges, easy.
Bro, I don't know what it is about the shower. Maybe it's the steam. It opens up your vocal cords or something. I swear to God, I'm the best singer in the world. I'm better than Beyonce, better than John Legend.
I think you're getting so much reverb from bouncing off the walls, plus the water being in there, that it all kind of blends together and the notes sound like they're hitting.
And you have the underwater vocals.
Ooh.
Crazy.
Ooh, okay.
That's true.
Yeah, I be hitting all the notes in the shower, though. I don't know what it is.
Bro, you ever be like singing and you're hitting a big note and then you turn around and then the water hit you in the mouth?
No.
And now you gargling that shit?
I think you just like gargling.
That's
shit.
something similar like that.
You got a gag
similar
reflex.
like that.
You got a gag reflex.
I for sure have a gag reflex.
Probably.
Whoa, you don't have a gag reflex?
No, wait, hold it.
I for sure
got a
got
gag
one, bro.
reflex.
You seen me, bro. Remember I took one shot of vodka, threw up instantly. I hate vodka.
Dog, we were drinking tequila, Espolón, garbage.
What?
Wait a
Bro,
minute. Simmer down.
Yeah,
Bro, that was the I really don't want to drink garbage.
Yeah. Please don't.
tequila
So
anymore.
you're in my car. we get the beer. I bring you beers and tequila. We have an enjoyable, great night sipping it, and now you're gonna hate on Espolón.
I was hating
now you're
on
just
it.
talking shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I was hating on it during the car ride.
Were you?
Or during when we were drinking that shit.
Oh, I had my AirPods in. I was listening to a new Joe Rogan.
Bro,
That's what I be saying when motherfuckers be hooping with the AirPods in. I'm like, he listening to a podcast right now.
Oh, God.
No, there was this one dude hooping with it today, and he was like not passing. His whole team hated him, but like everyone was talking about him. Like it was such a like ongoing joke. Like he had AirPods in, and he's not passing and shit. He's just taking everything, and so everyone's joking like, "Yo, he can't hear anyone." I'm like, "Yo, I wonder if he knows everyone's talking about him."
Nope, he couldn't hear it.
He gave no fucks, bro. He pulled up in pajama pants.
Okay,
this
yeah,
white
all
kid.
right,
I'm like, yo, he wildin', and it's funny. Like he was decent, but like just a really bad person to have on your team. Hey, look. Anyways, it's a really good podcast, man. Episode 91. If you're watching this, man, we appreciate you. Gotta be sure to like and subscribe. I was about to say the F word. I was about to say, come F with the gang.
Yeah.
Also, that's another thing I want to work on, bro.
Frank.
Maybe 2023. Maybe this is a New Year's thing. But I really would like to get better verbiage and just stop like using so much profanity. You sound like an idiot sometimes. Like I see some of these clips and I'm just like, I just picture someone waking up first thing in the morning. They go on, look at their feet, and they just hear me just cussing up a storm about something that's not even like important or anything. It's just not the best vernacular or
Seriously,
vocabulary.
it just comes into professionalism. You
Yeah.
know, you see all these other podcasters, you see them. Of course, some of them might curse, but
Just articulating a
you
point.
really don't need it. Yeah, exactly. Be better at articulating
But
yourself.
also now YouTube is like demonetizing. They're retroactively demonetizing videos,
Look
which
at
is
you using big words.
You're right. It's a big word for you, man. See, that's why I'm trying to elevate us all. But they're gonna. That's the messed up part because they're saying going forward now they're gonna treat every curse word like it's the F word, right? And you're gonna get demonetized. But they're retroactively doing it, which is so foul. Because like, imagine,
even SHIT.
Honestly, I don't know. I haven't looked over the guidelines, but it seems like everyone's just afraid. Like, don't say anything. Probably SHIT you probably get away with, but
still don't use it.
It's messed up to retroactively do it though, because you're like, wait, videos that have been pumping out people's income, like they've been getting so much money for it, and now you're just we're gonna go back, look at your old videos. Oh yeah, we not feeling that. Cut it. Like, bro, you're not making this a great place for creators. You're making it a little uncomfortable. And I wish someone else would make a busted
What is this,
platform.
NBC? Like, I don't understand
Right.
this.
And
Trying
you
to
already
turn it
have
into TV?
You already have a kid's YouTube, bro. So why don't you guys just push that a little harder and let the creators create? Like, just chill out a little bit. But I mean, anyways, we can always bleep stuff. That's the good part. Everyone can always bleep stuff, but sometimes the bleeps make things funnier. Sometimes it makes it sound like you said something more egregious. That's the problem when you're like watching it back, how the conversation's flowing, because you could easily just throw, and we don't even notice how much we say profanity, but if we just start bleep, 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 it sounds like you just went on a crazy ass rant. Like, what the?
Oh, you can't say ass. Stop it. Stop right now.
A crazy butt rant. And we're also gonna sound like goofballs. Like, they're like, what are these guys talking about? He called him like a butt licker. What is that? Like, stop being a butt licker, man.
Bro, YouTube has really gone down the drain, man. Like, you used to watch beheading videos, and now you can't even curse.
Yo, they
like,
had some
come on,
crazy
man.
stuff.
It used to be great. But these
so-
YouTube lands was the Wild Wild West, man. YouTube was the greatest.
Hey, so our New Year's thing we'll try to limit the profanity, be a little more well-spoken, a little more elegant.
Nah, F that.
But now Sakib and I,
I'm solid.
Our New Year's, yeah, you are solid. Our New Year's has been not inhaling the puff. Oh, no. For me, it's not buying puffs, right? So I have not purchased a puff in the entire new year. That's 2 weeks, right? I'm still okay to hitting other people's, and people will be like, well, that's not really quitting. I'm like, bro, I have gone like 5 days without seeing anyone that possessed one.
Yeah.
Until today.
I'll take it from here, man.
So keep trying to lie to me too.
Bro, I saw this dude pull out 7 out of his drawer.
The dead
They're
puffs.
all dead.
Trying to pull out
that's
a
fair.
dead puff, but like 3 days in a row trying to hit a dead puff, like it's not gonna work. Like
No,
that's not
sometimes it
good
works.
psychologically.
You see, you're not a fiend.
You don't know.
You
Yeah, I
really
don't.
don't.
You don't know.
You've never dug
'Cause
through
it's
the
funny,
trash can for a dead puff.
Yeah, dude, everyone I know that's like stopped puffing in 2023, I'll say, oh, you're straight done? Bro, all I have is a dead one at home. I'm like, oh, I know that feeling. But
You're
see,
too
I'll
excited.
hit them and then throw them things away because like, I don't want to I'm going to keep going to it. Then it's going to become basically the same as like hitting it. So I would hit the dead ones, then throw them out. But man, if anyone else has one, I'll be with it. But Saqib broke today.
Man. All right, so look, yesterday.
Whoa. Oh, it was yesterday?
No, I didn't purchase it yesterday. Yesterday was I kept saying, I was like, bro, just go buy a puff, and I kept trying to convince him to buy the puff. I was like, bro.
Oh yeah, it
And
wasn't
he-
even like
and-
slight. Like it's just not an option. There's no temptation to buy one. But if you got one, I'm over here. I was hit the bro. Hey bro, you got the.
And he's trying to convince me. He's like, bro, I do got a puff plug. You could just go over there.
It's true. I
and
do.
get it.
I have a puff
Enabler.
plug.
And
Because
every
now it's
single-
illegal now. You can't have the flavored ones.
And the entire time he's just like, bro, what are those? I don't even know what puffs
I don't
are
even know
anymore.
what a puffs is, bro. Unless
And-
you got one.
I was craving them, so I
You broke.
caped.
Okay, but in
I
your
caped,
defense, bro,
man.
I'll be so honest. Because my girl and I, obviously, she's not smoking them either. And she's been having a harder time than I, which it's funny because I was hitting it all the time while I'm working nonstop. She wouldn't even bring hers to work. So, but having her, like, I already just know it's not a factor. Like, there's no way I'm going to go. In your case, recently out of a relationship, I think I probably may have broken too if I was in your position. Like, I have nothing kind of
Nah. Don't give me none of that. I'm weak-willed.
Well, you already did it.
I am weak-willed.
You're weak-willed, but like, bro, I don't know. There's just a lot worse things you could do, like post breakup, that aren't
Yeah,
the best
like
for
beat
you.
my meat.
What's the first step of the 12-step program? Was it acceptance or deny or something like that?
I think it's. I don't know.
You just,
I haven't
you just
seen
gotta
the
accept that
program.
you're fiends. I feel like y'all know that y'all are fiends,
No,
but y'all just.
Bro,
But see-
I just spoke about digging puffs out of a trash can. I think I know I'm a fiend.
Yeah, I mean, and I did that too, and then I threw them away, and then I didn't have any more to dig through. But here's the thing, like, I don't overthink it because for me, it's like, all right, if you're not going to the store, then you've already conquered it for the most part. Like, if no one's gonna accidentally bring you to the store, you have to decide to do that. So if I'm just knowing I'm not gonna do it, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Now, but another thing is, I try to just always think in logic, right? And when you're going through something where you're
Your
really
dad's black.
really craving what.
You just said logic.
Logic, that's funny. Right. I'm black, I'm white.
Timing.
But when you're craving something though, you just gotta understand, bro. And this is for anyone that's trying to quit. Bro, it's a very addictive substance. So it's doing what it's supposed to do. You're supposed to be like wanting to hit it or thinking about it in the day, wanting to do it. It's fine. Like just accept like that's what you're supposed to be dealing with. Like my Muslim brother here, right? Ramadan. And I partook in Ramadan, right? You're starving all day, but you're not thinking like, fuck, I'm just gonna eat something real quick. Cause it's like, bro, you have to not eat. Like you can't eat until it's time to eat. Now, someone made the point. They said, okay, but Ramadan, you know it's going to come to an end. You know you're going to get to eat. Then after hitting other people's puffs, here's what I've come to. It's like, imagine Ramadan, you're starving all day or any type of fast, Yom Kippur, whatever. You're fasting and you finally get to eat. But imagine you take that first bite of food and now you're not hungry anymore. Like
Because your stomach's so small and
Well,
your
but-
appetite's so small.
I'm not talking literally though, because in Ramadan you're gonna tear up a bunch of food. I'm saying relating it to the puffs. You take one bite of food and it's already like, okay, yeah, I'm not even hungry anymore. And that's how it is a lot of times for the puffs, bro. You hit it, that first one, lightheaded. After that, you're hitting it more out of habit because you want to feel that. But it instantly, bro, I had like 4-day periods of not hitting it. Hit
like a
someone
crack.
else's, I'm
Yeah.
feeling it, and then I go to hit it again. It's right back to the
All
same
I'm
old
hearing
puffs.
is a bunch of mental gymnastics as to why y'all are fiends and addicts. Okay,
No,
that's all
I'm saying the
listening to.
opposite.
He's explaining it.
No, I'm explaining the opposite as to as to why it's not that hard to just not buy one or just not be on it. Because even when you hit someone else's, the first one is fire, but it's not worth actually owning one because even if you're with someone in 5 minutes and they give it back to you, hit it again, it's already back to that puff
Yeah, it
feeling
gets played out.
Yeah, where
It
you're
gets so played
you're
out.
just doing it to do it, trying to chase that high. And that's what I was saying. It's like if you're starving, you're gonna tear up so much food when you finally eat. But imagine you take 2 bites and then everything after you're like, yep, just not
It's the
hitting.
same thing with the
It's-
white powder. You know, the first one gets you there, and then now you're just wanting to trace that same high that you
white
got.
powder, Coke,
Yeah,
Okay, we can't say that.
bro.
Coca-Cola.
How do y'all feel about the videos of people's lungs collapsing?
from the vape. Honestly, they never pop up on my feed.
Well, no,
because I think they want me to just keep
no,
going and buying
because it's
more.
never actually the vape. Like they never have. I mean, I've heard some things for like really young kids, but that's the thing. It never really goes to the full step of them actually being able to say this is the cause of it, or we're seeing. But also, it's very young. Like we haven't had years or hundreds of years to study what the effects of the vapes.
Some people kind of just abuse them. Like, why do you have 7 different vapes? You know what I mean?
Once, right?
Like 7 different vapes. You're hitting them nonstop. You're hitting them in class. You're hitting them at your job. Every single place you're at. So at some point, some studies have said that it builds water in your lungs. So I'm like,
Shucks.
oh, okay, that makes sense why you get hospitalized. And if you already had crappy lungs to start with, it's like, okay.
You know what I found out is bad for your lungs? And actually, you told me, and then I had to fact check.
Poppers.
I never listened to anybody.
Yeah.
And then I fact checked because I bought a bong right during the time I stopped.
Oh,
with the puffs.
yeah.
I bought a bong. Never been a bong guy. I thought it was for white kids. I was cool off of it. Didn't like the stigma. Now I've moved over. I like it. I enjoy it. But putting, a lot of people put ice in it. All the homies I know that have smoked bongs, they were immediately like, yo, you got to put some ice in that thing. 3 people told me. But he has said it's good, but like it's not good for your lungs. I look it up, and it's not good for your
Like
lungs
cold
at all. It can lead to but yeah, it's not good for your lungs. So anyone watching this, if you're hitting the bong, it's nice
With ice.
Yeah,
it's
really
nice with ice, but it's and I did it the first time with that, and then I looked it up what he was saying. I'm like, maybe I should check out what he's saying.
Yeah.
And then it was true that it can lead to bronchitis. It's just really not good on your lungs.
Is it the same thing as like smoking menthols? You know how when you smoke menthols, it like
It's the cold. Something
Yeah.
about the cold
Okay.
and like how it can build up liquid in your lungs too, because it can make the smoke vapor, or it can make it like
not if you're the ice man,
right.
the guy who be taking all the ice baths in like Antarctica and stuff.
Oh, Wim Hof?
Right.
Wim Hof,
Yeah, that's the
Wim
homie
Hof.
right there.
Bro, you know what he said one time? He said that if you have a broken leg, just put it in ice. It's like, how is that going to heal that? I understand that there's benefits in dealing with ice baths and doing all these things. It will make your day better because you've struggled to start your day.
Yeah.
But broken bones don't heal like that.
It was probably
He's kind of like Liver King
He
though.
was
Like
probably
he
being
found
facetious.
his gimmick and just kind of ran with it. Like he has like a book like Wim Hof breathing techniques, which is great. I did some Wim Hof for a little bit.
Did you?
Yeah, it was nice.
Show it.
I'm not familiar with bro.
That sounds like
Some fire breathing, bro. Some prana. You know what I'm saying? Some monk. Get your nuts nice and warmed up and ready to go. You feel me? Yeah.
You're probably
That's that Kundalini breathing, man. That's that Tantra breathing right there.
Your nuts shrivel up. Stop
Nah,
it. Stop it.
My nuts
bro.
only enlarging, bro.
Ain't hung.
But yeah, don't be hitting bongs with ice, kids.
It's interesting.
Unless you're next to a hospital.
Interesting. It's
All
also
right.
not good for animal lungs either.
Yo, stop.
But you know who
blowing
doesn't
the
care
bong
about
smoke?
it? All right, I for sure be blowing some weed at Ollie Boy. Cause here's the thing, for dogs, it's
Animal cruelty,
it's
man.
It's not
Next
cruel.
topic.
It's not cruel. It's Sakib. Let me flow into it, bro. Come on now. Now look, it's not actually. Do you think it's like abusive for dogs if you're blowing?
I would
weed
get
smoke
my
at
dog
them?
high every single day.
Bro, because here's the thing, like their days are so monotonous. And they be getting bored, and like he be watching me like just edit forever. He gets bored, so I'm blowing smoke at him. Like sometimes I've overdone it where he was just knocked. But man, like make their day a little more interesting, bro. It'd be way. If I'm gonna just be stuck in the house, not really doing nothing, we're gonna go for a walk later, bro. Please blow some smoke my way.
Yeah.
Right. Not animal abuse, right?
No, not in my eyes. Because like you said, their days are not.
Logan,
right?
I'm sure Logan Paul doesn't think it's animal abuse either. By the way,
Yeah, not at all. Because I'm thinking right there.
I don't think he thinks animal abuse exists.
It can be, man. He's had a whole zoo already.
Sorry, what were you saying?
Well, no, okay. You eat the same food every day. Like, imagine having rice every fucking day. No pepper, no salt, no Italian seasoning.
Right.
You're not even throwing little pieces of meat. You eating Dave's hot chicken in his face. Like, oh yeah, I know
Right.
you want some. No,
Exactly.
go eat that dry ass kibble.
Bro, that's the thing. So many dog owners, like, and maybe if you have a little dog, fine, because who really cares anyways, right? They're just like these little brain things. But, like, bro, people be trying to, no, that's fine. You could just give them kibble every day. Bro, be realistic. Like, would you want to eat that? You think that
Not
they're
at all.
excited about, bro, my dogs are so spoiled. Oh, him and then my mom's dogs. We're so spoiled. They always have chicken, and I make broth for them. Chicken, broth, and kibble.
You ever
Bro,
put eggs?
if I'm low on stuff. If I'm low on stuff, sometimes I give them eggs. I gotta
them
mix
farts
it up.
probably
No
crazy.
ham though. You never give them ham. Ham and
really?
stuff like
Okay.
that. It's too much sodium for them. Bro, I was talking to Alvy because he taking Mike's dog. He was like, "Oh yeah, we putting broth in this." I'm like, "Oh, you probably want to make your own broth because broth has a lot of sodium in it, so it's not good for them." Oh, and his homies in the background. No, we got the low sodium one. I'm like, bro, sodium is not good for them. But I'm like, you know what? Y'all do your thing. It's your dog. I'm gonna tell you that. But you don't get the low sodium for the dog. You get no sodium for the dog, bro.
It's
really not good for them.
Like what?
Right. But anyways, if you want to talk some animal abuse, we got to talk about Logan. We're a little late on this. We're a little late because we didn't pod on Friday. We were in the desert shooting some fire content. I'm so excited to put this one out. It's very cool. We had like an hour of footage. I got it down to like 20 minutes.
Nice.
But it's gonna maybe like if we get it to 15 minutes, that would be awesome. It's such a good time. I'm excited for them to see it. But yeah, we missed out on the Logan Paul issues. Man, he's getting canceled left and right. Is the Matrix attacking him?
Honestly,
Because now he's acknowledging there's a Matrix.
I feel like it is for sure. Because if you look at it, he had the Crypto Zoo scandal.
timing.
He had this animal abuse stuff, and CoffeeZilla, he is not like letting them down.
But okay, here's the thing: the animal abuse stuff. So the case is that they find his pig in the pig that used to be his before he moved to Puerto Rico. They find him in an abandoned field in Santa Clarita, next to one that had just died.
Yeah.
And it's has a what was the infection it had? Intestinal infection,
like
urinal tract
something in his
infection.
pussy.
Right, yeah, it was like tattered. They said it was like super traumatized, like it had been through a lot and was very lucky to be alive. It's a crazy story, but that's the thing. If that just happened now, then I wouldn't really just say, "Oh, the Matrix is they're trying to pile on him."
Yeah.
If it just happened, because I mean, you can't make that up if it just happened.
It happened a while ago.
Oh, really?
And it was
When did it happen?
Like a year ago. Or at least that's when the first like video came out about like Sid Dwyer.
And now it's just
No,
like
but not
the
that.
things-
I'm talking about the exact pig we're talking about. The pig stuff is right now, right?
He bought two of them at relatively the same time, but now it's coming
Yeah,
out
it's
because
coming
of
out
the
now.
Crypto Zoo. Oh, let's go back and kind of find some other shit that Logan messed up on, which was the whole animal thing.
But
so
the pig that they just reported on, they just rescued it.
This is the most recent thing that I saw of that pig. Yes. I don't exactly know the date of when that video came out, but it is the most recent thing that they brought up about the pig. A bunch of people made
Right.
videos
So my
about
understanding, the pig, that foundation that rescued him, just rescued him. So they just rescued him, reported it, and now he's here on this video defending himself, right? It's not that they dug something up from a year ago and then put it, right? We're all on the same page? Mm-hmm. All right. That's what I'm saying. So this is current. And so my point is it can't be the Matrix if they just found the pig now. So all this stuff about the previous animals is now we're talking about. We're talking about the pig. We will talk about those, but this pig incident is current. We got to make sure we're prefacing this properly.
Maybe he just shouldn't be dealing with animals like that, man.
yeah, no.
Because
That's
he got the Crypto Zoo that didn't work out. He got his actual zoo that he couldn't freaking take care of because he was moving to Puerto Rico. And I don't understand, like, okay, let's say Logan Paul left this pig out in Santa Clarita on the streets. Let's just say that.
Okay.
Let's just say that he did that. He's a bad person, right?
Yeah.
But if he just put him if he put him with a certain group of owners and left the pig with those people thinking that they were gonna actually take care of the pig and not be negligent towards it, then is it really his fault? You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like he say, she say, and now we got to just take his word for it. So let's hear what he has to say.
All right, let's see what Logan has to say.
You did take her to be rehomed. Why they gave her up to someone else?
So apparently that ranch owner moved to Nevada and could not take Pearl with her. So that homeowner or ranch owner gave Pearl to the farmer across the street. And then, to my understanding, that farmer called the Gentle Barn to come pick her up.
People figured out it was your pig, and then there was all this backlash, and people were, because the way that TikTok went out, it did make it seem like you were the person who had abandoned Pearl.
Yeah. The verbiage they used was she was irresponsibly rehomed. So
Right.
the first thing I did was I checked myself. I said, wait a second, was she irresponsibly rehomed by me? Absolutely not. She was put in an amazing horse ranch where she lived an amazing life for 10
He had to
months.
check himself.
When that homeowner relocated and the pig swiped hands again, it was something that I didn't know was taking place. And apparently that farmer called the Gentle Barn to come pick her up. I found this out yesterday, and I emailed the Gentle Barn immediately and offered to help in any way I could. I cuddled with this pig. I slept with this pig. She was
Oh,
in my
wow.
life for
You
two
did
and a
what
half
with
years,
the pig?
and she lived the best life ever. She was regularly bathed, ate meals that were like gourmet
Logan
for a
Paul's
pig,
fucking
had a
pigs.
30-foot by 50-foot pen, had an apartment of her own. Like, I loved this pig. And so,
Hey.
yeah, seeing that video was heartbreaking to me. I thought
An apartment of her own? It's a grown-ass pig. You did not want that motherfucker in the house. What's a pig doing in the apartment by itself, yo?
And pigs smell like ass, bro. So
What's
you
the-
do not
Yeah.
want this pig around
All right.
here.
Here are some issues I have with what Logan's saying, right? So what that story he just told, I dropped him off. I had him at. I had to check myself. First of all, why do you have to check yourself if you know exactly who you dropped it off to? Did I leave it at a shitty place? Was that? I think you already know the answer to that if you really dropped your animal off there. And then his story does not add up to what they found. They found the dog, they found the pig out in the middle of Santa Clarita, like half dead. He's talking about
next to another dead pig.
Right. I left it with this farm over here, right? They relocated and gave him to the next farm, and then that farm called and made this story. Bro, what are you talking about? They got found in the middle of, like, by a rescue foundation.
He didn't even, like, talk about that part.
Not at all. And then here's the thing. What are you talking about? He was living there. The pig was living there, had a great 10 months. It had a great life. I did so much with it. Bro, imagine my Ollie boy sitting right next to me. Imagine I go off to Puerto Rico. I can't be there with him. And I cuddled him. I go to sleep every night with him. I walk with him every day. And then when it comes out that he's found in the middle of a field, my response is not anger. I'm just like, yo, did I leave him with a bad place? Was it bad? Let me check that. Oh, no, bro, he lived a great life. He had 10 months. He was doing great over there. And then he sent him over here, and then they called. Bro, that is not someone who cared for the animal, who is deeply concerned. You know how mad I would fly from wherever I'm at to the people who I left my Ollie boy with, and I'd have the blicky to their torso, bro. Like, what are you talking about? It ain't no, I had to double check. I wanted to make sure I brought him to a good place. Bro, I would be livid. You talking about you love that animal? No, bro, you got yourself a teacup pig. It was cute when it was little, and then it got big. It's not good for anything anymore. It's a pig, bro. Who wants a pig, honestly?
Devil's advocate.
Yeah, okay.
So, you're Logan Paul. You find out that your pig has been being abused, or he was negligent, or people just neglected the pig.
I mean, he's found in the middle of it. He's just on his own, bro. That's the thing.
But you're finding it out through TikTok. You're finding it out through these different sources that maybe now, the source that you originally thought that you put them into a ranch, but now you're finding it out, like, on the internet. So now, obviously, you're probably going to do that thing of check in, like, yo, what the hell? Did I really do that? Or am I going to go check with the owners that I left it with?
Right.
So that maybe that's why he's reacting to it like that.
So which part are you arguing? What are you arguing?
That maybe the way that he found out, that since he found out that it was through TikTok, now
but the organization,
he has to figure it out.
But they put out a statement. Like, the organization who found him, they put out the statement, and then TikTokers went wild with it.
Because they figured out it was his. It was like, oh, a pig from a YouTube influencer.
Right.
So, and then they figured out, oh, that's Pearl from Logan Paul. Then they started doing the whole background check and figuring out all the other animals and shit like that. But I can't really be mad at him, honestly. Because, again,
you hate animals.
No. I think the negligence started when he bought the pig and didn't do his research to realize, okay, a lot of the people that sell pigs and say that they're teacup pigs are lying or just don't even know. Right? They themselves don't even know. So at some point, I'm going to have to maybe come to grips with this. Might not be a teacup pig. Maybe I don't have the right facilities to take care of it, because cuddling with it and buying an apartment is not the right facilities for a pig. So that's where the negligence started. But now it's like, okay, he did come to realize, all right, maybe I'm not the best person to take care of this pig. I'm going to give him away to a shelter, right? 10 months go by, or to a ranch. 10 months go by. Right, unbeknownst to me, I'm still Logan Paul, living my life, Puerto Rico, going to Qatar, God isn't real, all this other shit, the crypto zoo, you feel me, living my Logan Paul life, WWE. Come to find out now, the pig that I gave away in a good standing, condition is now in the middle of a field by himself, fucked up ear, you know what I'm saying, looking depressed.
But he ain't even acknowledged that part.
I mean, okay, now that's just more so on his character, but when it comes to him taking care of the pig and doing what he's supposed to do, I can't really be mad at him, because it's like, okay, I gave it to people I thought was in Allstate, good hands, right?
Bro,
they gave it away to somebody else who then was negligent to the pig so bad to where he's now outside.
Show us some paperwork.
Am I mad at Logan Paul? Nah, not really. Is he dumb? Yeah, he's still dumb as hell, but I'm not mad at Logan Paul.
What I'm getting from all of this,
he loaded a pickup truck and brought the fucking pig out there, bro, and just dropped it in the middle of Santa Clarita, bro. He did not give a damn. How you go from a ranch to just a random field, bro? And are there even ranches like that in Santa Clarita, dog?
I don't know.
Like,
look,
have you even seen a ranch in Santa Clarita? Like, how does the pig end up there, bro? Like, you dropped him there.
He said he didn't know that it changed hands.
What I'm getting from all of this is that if Logan Paul's girlfriend gets egregiously fat, he's gonna leave her in the middle of Santa Clarita. That's what it seems like to me. Because if you're gonna do this with the pig, Or he might put her into a gym and just leave her there, and then she might end up in Santa Clarita. You know what I mean?
That's funny.
He's just not the most responsible person. That's what we're seeing from this.
And then they've gone back and backlogged like 10 different animals he's had from the past years, and no one knows what happened.
Yeah, what were the
to
other
him.
animals?
It was the bird.
He's a parrot.
The biggest puppy ever. I saw a video of that. I really don't know, bro. Now's the time for us to start kind of backlogging. Like, bro, once you see this and see this weird explanation, you got to look at the other stuff. And then I find out that that other dude put out, I forgot, you guys said his name earlier, a year ago, put out a whole thing documenting all the different animals Logan has had that he just doesn't have anymore.
He had a parrot. He had a few dogs. One of his dogs,
the dog ate the parrot.
One of his dogs ate
that one's accounted for. That one's accounted for.
One of his dogs ate the parrot. Right. He's had a turtle. And I can't remember the other. I think that's pretty much.
Yo,
about
that parrot got to be talking shit.
But the thing about it is like, and he brought up a great point. Is like, okay, a lot of these influencers are using pets as kind of like a token
just content.
Just content. Like, how many impressions, how many clicks can I get? You know, how much content can we make from this animal? And that's exactly what Logan seems like he's doing. Like, he had a parrot, made shirts about it, made fucking coffee mugs. I don't think he made coffee mugs, but I'm just he made merch
like
about
a
it.
Fake enthusiast. Like, he uses it to like be his whole thing. Like, I love this pig so much. Like, he's having all the influencers that want to pull up and see the pig. Like, he's one of those guys. I love it so much, but it's like more of a vibe or like an energy he wants to give off. But it's not really like taking care of an animal. Yeah, it's not like when you're literally taking care of an animal nonstop. It's like every day I'm just like, oh my god, I just love my dog so much. Like, bro, nah, I'd probably be the one saying more negative. Like, nah, bro, look how he gets. Nah, trust me, he just doing it because y'all are here. You know, I'm gonna joke like that more. But it's just different when you're actually taking care of it versus you just have a little. A rabbit running around like, oh, that's my boy. Bro, do y'all really know each other like that? It's a pig.
It just seems like Logan Paul is horrible at picking teams. Like, especially with the Crypto Zoo stuff. Yeah. Now you're seeing him picking this ranch that obviously, if what he's saying is true, that they were going to take care of him. Yeah, I would think that he's going to go crazy on the ranch.
Trash the ranch, bro. That would not be your energy. This whole little, I had to double check, and so he lived great, man. You don't know how great it was, this guy. No, you should be like, I am disgusted. I left him at this ranch. This is where I left him at. I trusted them to take good care of him, and look what happened now. And y'all are looking at me?
And he should have blasted them, like, honestly.
But why is he responsible for that? If I don't have ownership of the pig anymore,
because it's falling back on you. It's falling back on you. If it's falling back on you, you have to be able to say that, this is not my fault because I left him with these guys. These guys were negligent towards the pig, and now I'm getting all this backlash because I'm very popular.
He didn't point any fingers anywhere. Like, not even saying that necessarily he should, but bro, I would. If you're saying you left him in that care and you really think that it lived a great life during that time it was there, and then his story didn't even make sense. But regardless, bro, if you had possession of the animal and you gave it away, I totally understand that. Take it to a ranch. But his whole angle, bro, just makes it seem like his ass loaded up the pickup truck and left that thing in Santa Clarita, bro. Because that whole story made no sense.
I don't think he ever trekked in on the animal once after leaving him.
And it's fine. You don't have to, bro.
Yeah.
It's a pig. End of the day. Why would you get a pig?
Bro,
pigs are not good pets, bro.
I would not want a pig.
Bro,
ever.
they eat their own shit, rolling in mud, bro. Like, it's straight pork belly, bro. Come on now. I like bacon, though.
I want a little pig.
Huh? Bro, you'd get a pig, a little teacup?
Yeah.
How long are you gonna keep them for, and then fucking put them in Santa Clarita?
No, man, until they die. Like I just make sure the motherfucker don't grow up. I don't want a pig, like you said. They be eating shit. They got worms. Have you ever seen pig videos?
No, I don't want to.
Please watch them. Gross.
They're haram, bro.
I don't blame him for not wanting one. It's just when the pig ends up like that, he just sometimes you were talking about how he can be
pigs.
Yeah. Oh god!
But you were talking about how he can be like tone deaf at times, and I feel like he is like with these responses and how he goes about them. He kind of does show off how tone deaf he is, like. But also, when you're not being entirely honest, it's hard to figure out what makes sense to say and what people would be expecting to hear. And it really is true. Even when I watch interrogations, like, you could think of a better lie, but when people are on the spot, they don't even, you can't figure out how to even act. What should my emotions be in this situation? And they mess it up so much.
And you're trying to figure it out in the moment.
Exactly. And it's very hard to figure that out when you're lying. It's just a hard thing to do. And it just seems to show a lot of times with Mr. Paul. So I hope that people keep digging into this, bro, because people do need to know, like, what happens to all these pets, bro? Like, that's actually sick. Why you keep getting so many animals, bro? Yeah. You've had so many, and you just act like everyone's going to forget about him.
But you know what the crazy thing about this, though? I still don't think this hurts his reputation. Like, he's still fine.
No, he's still gonna keep doing his thing. WWE
pretty cool.
Prime's still gonna be doing amazing.
And now
his YouTube's gonna be doing amazing. It's just a really rough start to the year, man.
Right. And now
I'm glad that he apologized.
Right, and he's trying to write the stuff with the FTX stuff. What's the deal with that?
CryptoZoo. So with CryptoZoo, he said that he's gonna burn his tokens. Him and Jeff Klein. Is that his name? Jeff Klein, his manager? Jeff Klein and him, they're gonna burn the tokens. So the stakeholders of CryptoZoo, or the people who invested into it early, they will have some sort of money put back into their wallets. And he's putting 1,000 ETH coins, which rounds up to $1.3 million.
Oh,
so he can give more money back to the people who were struggling with it. Mm-hmm. And he's just going to keep working on the crypto.
Tori, what you got to say to that, bro?
I don't care.
What's all that shit you was talking?
I don't care. He wouldn't have done this without CoffeeZilla doing a year-long investigation. Bro already came out and made, 2 other apology videos, which weren't well received. He ended up taking them down because public perception wasn't good. So then he finally said, okay, fuck it. Let me make it right by giving people their money back. Again, none of this happens if CoffeeZilla doesn't do what he does.
I feel like it would have been swept under the rug. And just like the pig stuff, you would have never had to talk about the pig shit if it never came out.
Exactly. It's like, I'm sorry I got caught red-handed with my dick in my hand. Like, nah, I don't accept that.
And it's, that's the crazy thing about Logan Paul. It's like, you had Japan incident happen, and now you're trying to build up this character that you are, but it's so hard to fake being a good person.
Oh, you don't think he's a good person?
I don't think, like, don't get me wrong, I feel like he could be good in certain aspects, but everything that just came out about him and the way you're like responding to everything, it's not well received.
I don't know,
especially the way, like, it's just showing the way that you think about things, and you're pretty arrogant. But like, to me, extremely arrogant.
He seems like in my eyes, he does seem like he's a good guy, and a lot of people seem to really like him. But I also feel like his world is pretty much all based around him. Not anything he could really do about it, but like, he's been successful in doing his thing since he was young. He was doing all the vlog. It's all based around him. His whole world revolves around him. Rightfully so, bro. He's built up an empire. But I just feel like someone like that isn't always going to do right by things such as animals. Like, to have a pet, but your world is really all about you. It's all about the content with the animals. He's not waking up and getting up when the dog has to go out at like 6 a.m., 7 a.m. And picture Logan just walking his dog around. Like, he's just walking through the neighborhood. Like, it's just, I could see, and even the CryptoZoo stuff, he's trying to build all these things, but he doesn't necessarily have time to worry about any fallout or the people he may hurt in the process. And
which makes you narcissistic. Like, that makes you a bad person in that regard.
I don't know if I'd call him a bad person.
Because you're moving so fast and you're so consumed with your own self that you can't see your own wrongdoings and admit to your wrongdoings. That's kind of bad. Like,
I could see narcissism.
Yeah, that's not the best quality to have.
I mean, bad person is such a harsh title to put on someone. Like, just overall bad person.
He's bad for the start of the year. Right? Bad person for the start of the year.
That's what narcissistic, that's a detail of someone's character. And I could definitely see that. I mean, yeah, when your world revolves around you, you have to be a level of narcissist. But just, I can't blanket statement say bad person, because I feel like you might end up meeting the guy and he's helped a lot of people, a lot of creators. And I feel like there's so many people that just wouldn't say bad things about him because they're like, oh, he did this, or I've had good conversations. But even in his content, sometimes you can see, like you said, arrogance or just different things like that. I don't know. I like the guy. I'm always with the creators.
I would agree with what you say. I don't know if I could say bad person. I did just say bad person, but like,
he's a bad apple.
Bad qualities. But like, I would just say clout is a hell of a drug.
Yeah.
Money is a hell of a drug. When you get that clout, you get that money, man, you start saying, F everybody. I'm about to do my own thing. F these pigs. F these parrots. My dog just ate my parrot. Oh, well, on to the next video. You know what I'm saying? Oh, y'all crying that you lost $12,000, $20,000. I don't care.
I got a wrestling match.
I got a wrestling match coming up. Hey, my brother about to fight WWE. Go check that out. Like, you know what I'm saying? You so consumed.
If I was him, I would have just schooled him on investing. I would have been like, so guys, one thing, want to make sure when you invest, make sure it's money you can afford to lose, so that then you're not hung up on it, in the years following.
I think you do have a social responsibility though. When you do good to that type of platform and you're talking to kids and kids are watching you, you have a social responsibility to make sure that you're putting your best interest in your own projects and projects that you're asking people to invest in. So do some background checks to make sure you're not hiring scammers and people who should be locked up for felonies. You know what I'm saying? Like, do some research or talk or have an open line of communication to make sure your pig doesn't end up in the middle of Timbuktu with his ear cut off and missing a leg with a urinary tract infection. Like, come on now. There's ways to go about certain things. Like, and
bro,
he
but
just
the pig had its own apartment, bro.
He had another pig that died, Piggy Smalls.
Really? Piggy Smalls.
Yeah, that's where they found him.
What a name though.
Nah, the other pig was his too?
Yeah.
No. Just
Both
one
pigs.
Both
Both
pigs.
pigs were his.
It was Piggy Smalls and Pearl. Piggy Smalls
Yeah.
was dead, and then they saw Pearl looking sad and depressed.
Pearl was
and
eating Piggy Smalls. Because pigs be eating pigs.
Pigs do be
crazy,
eating
bro.
pigs, and it's like, bro, you're just not good at keeping animals. Like, stop buying animals. Crypto Zoo. Yeah, bro, that you and animals just
You gotta
don't get
put-
along, bro. Chill out with the animal stuff.
Blue Lives
bro.
Matter.
Bro, you know, this is all honestly just depressing. Ollie Boy's in the room. I feel like it's making him a little uneasy. He gets sensitive to subjects like this. Let's get on a little more positive note. John Jones, Cyril gone.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Jones is back.
I'm
yes,
happy.
sir.
I'm happy, but I'm also upset
Why?
John Jones is back though.
because the fight should have been against Francis Ngannou, man.
I knew Francis. Remember, weren't you telling me isn't Francis gonna happen? I'm like, bro, that is not looking like it's gonna end up happening. But so Francis Ngannou, former heavyweight champion, just got stripped of his belt. And then it was announced, and wasn't supposed to be announced this way. They had a UFC fight night. T-Mobile apparently blew their plans to do the announcement by putting up something that basically showed that March 4th, John Jones and Cyril Gane will be fighting. So then after that, Dana takes to the podium and basically says, we weren't able to come to an agreement with Francis, so we've let him go now. And so,
Do you think he handled that well?
Dana?
Yeah. Do you think it
Yeah.
made it seem like he made Francis Ngannou seem like he was ducking smoke?
I do. I mean,
A little bit, right? He kind of attacked his character.
I think he did a great job, and I think I would have gone about it the same way as far as, yeah, he didn't want to fight John. John was ready to fight, and I love him making that known because we haven't known what's been going on with John Jones. Like, people don't know.
He's been doing 8 balls.
And because he was saying like he wanted to be compensated properly, and then so people thought, okay, so John is holding it up now, right? Then they were trying to get John Jones and Stipe. Turns out John has been saying, no, I'll fight anyone. I don't care. It doesn't have to be
Heavyweight.
title fight. Any heavyweight, I'll fight him. Bring him up. Like, so it was very cool to hear that about John. And then the way he phrased it for Francis was basically, I mean, he would have been the highest paid heavyweight of all time, higher than Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar, Tori, exactly. Motherfucker, he would have been paid, right? Gotta stop cursing. He would have been paid though. And the thing, and he was saying, oh, I think he'd rather just, take on lesser opponents and make a lot of money, and that's more what he's after, alluding to, Francis wants to go box, wants to do other things.
That's the thing. I feel like Francis, it seemed, the way that Dana put it, it did seem like he was kind of ducking the smoke. But then now you start thinking about it, it's like Francis has fought these legends. He's fought Cain Velasquez, Stipe,
twice.
Yeah, bro. These guys are freaking ruthless. And also, I kind of understand.
Jones smoke.
I know, but John Jones, that's the thing that kind of makes me upset about Francis. Is like you're making one of the greatest fights that could ever happen.
Right.
Not happen.
But it happens so much in fighting, though. It happens so often where, like, you have these two guys that are so perfect to just go against each other. Like, it'll be the biggest fight, and it's just another one down the line that they were just never able to make happen. They just have, like, Fedor is another common one people talk about.
Yeah.
Him and, bro, like, it just... Wait, who was Fedor fighting for that one?
Fedor...
You remember? I forgot, but it was...
He would be light heavyweight or heavyweight?
I forgot, but it was just there's so many big fights that could have happened but just never got made. This is another one of those. But there's another angle to just it being that Francis wants to take on lesser competition and get paid for more money, because that's definitely a factor. But Francis's point was, he was saying what his issue was in the contract, because I've heard other people say, well, you're not giving him the bag. Bro, the bag was not the issue. His thing was, we're treated as contracted workers, right? 1099 employees, which means you don't get any benefits, you don't get health care, because you're looked at as a private contractor.
As a fighter, you don't get health care. Crazy.
Right. So you look at as contractor, and he's saying, okay, fine, I get that, that's cool, but how can you treat me like a private contractor, but then also say, nah, you can't fight anywhere else, you can't work with anyone. That's like if we had people privately contracted, he's manning our cameras, our camera guy, right? So he's not on a consistent payroll, he's a contracted employee, right? He can work for whoever he wants. But then I'm like, nah, you can't work for anyone else. He's like, yo, then give me a health benefit. Like, treat me like, then fine.
I'm an employee, dog. Like, give me all the benefits that come with being an employee.
An example of 1099 benefits is like Uber drivers, right? 1099 workers, and even me when I do like videography work. But either way, Uber drivers, people have had issues with that because they get no benefits and they're not having to get compensated the way you would.
And you do your own taxes.
Right, and you're not covered for any damages, anything like that, because you're a 1099 employee. You're just an independent contractor. So it's just a different level of benefits. His point is, how are you going to treat me like an independent contractor when it comes to things that would benefit me, but then you won't let me go and compete at other organizations like that? Am I an independent contractor or not?
And one of the reasons he wants to go compete in other organizations is he could make a fight with Gypsy King.
Right.
In boxing and make like $40 million.
Wow.
UFC is not paying a single fighter $40 million. It's not like a boxing bag. Like UFC, you're probably looking at like, I don't know, maybe like tens of millions of dollars, right? I wouldn't say.
It depends.
I've never heard about a fight like, when you watch boxing, Floyd Money Mayweather, Conor, you see all these big bag fights. Those are heavily like they have so much money tossed around in those types of fights. I would think, yeah, if you are really going for the bag, I think the point that you made about being the independent contractor, it's a smarter move for his career. But shit,
dude,
I don't can make $40 million, are you kidding me?
So because Dana just doesn't like the fact that he's trying to loan out his talents to other places.
Dana's just never going to be signed. The only time he ever signed off on a fighter going and doing other stuff was Conor. And they worked it out, running under basically like his promotion type thing. That thing, I think, was a different story because it was Floyd Mayweather, Conor McGregor, and there was just so many M's to be made.
And he never wants to have Jake Paul fight any of his fighters.
Doesn't want that. He don't want Nate Diaz switching over. Like, he just doesn't want people, his fighters, doing that. Which I could, like NBA, you couldn't just go compete elsewhere. But again, you're an independent contractor, so you might as well, it's just such a slippery slope because both sides make a lot of sense. But here's why it doesn't help Francis's career, bro. So let's say when John Jones goes out there and washes Cyril Gane. We haven't even gotten into what we think is going to happen. But let's just say, I'll throw it out there. When he washes Cyril Gane, then we have to look at Francis and say, Francis, you were looked at as the greatest heavyweight of all time, right? Mm-hmm. And he lost to Stipe the first time, came back and avenged it. Now we can say, yep, you're the one, you're the guy, right? But you did not do very well against Cyril Gane. I get it, knee injury, we don't care. You were getting tagged up on the feet, and you had to gut it out like a champ and go into your wrestling bag. You're not even a wrestler, and your wrestling didn't look like
it was a big boy.
You're a big boy, right? So when John goes and washes Cyril Gane, beats him on the feet, beats him on the ground, no one is going to be thinking, could John have struck with Francis? Yes. Could John out-wrestle Francis? Absolutely. Oh, so Francis is not the...
I don't know. I feel like John would take him in the wrestling.
No, that's what I'm saying. John would absolutely destroy Francis in wrestling. Like, Francis had no technical ability as far as wrestling went. John Jones is a phenomenal wrestler, and his jiu-jitsu is great. So, really, it's going to be very clear to everyone, John Jones, who's already the GOAT, is also now the greatest heavyweight of all time, because the guy that's the greatest heavyweight ducked the smoke and had a hard time with the guy that John already beat, and wait till John watches Stipe Miocic.
Do you think Francis cares about that, or do you think he's thinking about his body, his health, his family, the millions he's going to make fighting Tyson Fury? Because it's like, all right, if UFC, it's kind of like, all right, did he snitch or not? Who cares? He got the bag. He got out. He has his freedom. You feel me?
But
it just depends where you put your how important his legacy is to.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's the thing.
But you're right. He already didn't take it. So it's like he must have already thought about it and been like, yeah, whatever. I'll do my thing.
One of the cool things of legacy is it's like planting seeds in a garden where you don't watch to grow. You know, like after Francis is dead, I feel like people will still talk about him and John Jones fighting. Like that would be a legendary fight. Yeah, bro. Francis Ngannou just looks like an animal. And John Jones, if he goes out there, if he beats John Jones, which I don't think he would.
Francis?
I don't think, because I feel like if John Jones just takes him to the ground, it's kind of over. Bro, but that's the John Jones code. Is not the type to just like, okay, that's his weak point, so I'm going to go for the weak point. Yeah. Nah, he's the type to strike with freaking Francis.
Yeah, he wants to prove something. John is a freak, bro, because remember when he was fighting Chael Sonnen? He wanted to go out there and let it be known, like, I will beat you at your own game. I'm going to take you down and ground and pound you. And he got him in the first round. But John has made it a thing where when people say, he don't want to strike with him, he's going to stand up and bang with him and show he's going to walk him down for 5 rounds. If you tell him, you're not going to be able to deal with his wrestling, he's going to go for a takedown. I've seen him get takedowns and just throw people right at the end of the round just to let him know, I could throw you whenever I want to. And he does stuff like that. I've seen him do a flying triangle at the end of a round. Like, he does so many mind games. I think, I don't think Francis.
You know what shocks me? Every single time John Jones has a new opponent, people still believe that this opponent might have a chance.
Hey, that's the thing. Chance though. Cyril is a really good striker. He's bigger. Striker. We haven't seen John at this weight.
That's the guy with he has the tattoo down the middle, right?
Yeah. He's the one that.
Yeah, he's a nice striker. He's really good kickboxer. He was getting
Francis. He was getting him. But you could also say Francis. You can't move when you can't move the same. It's very hard to avoid punches. And his knee, he had an MCL, and also Francis just had a big surgery. He's like over 300 pounds right now. We didn't talk about that. That's another factor too. You're asking him to get in a fight with John, and this dude just came off a big surgery, and he's over 300 pounds. And apparently, the videos of him, the footage is not good. Like it looks like stuff that the way that someone prefaced it was the people who put out that video footage of him are not his friends. Like the people that are taking videos are not rooting for him because they're clearly like, it's like seeing someone
like a wounded animal.
Yeah, like I haven't hooped in a month and you want to record my first game and post all of them. Like, come on, like, you're not my friend, bro. Yeah, you're not helping me out with that. Like you're doing that for a reason. So it'll be interesting. Let's talk John Jones and Cyril Gane. I think John Jones, I'm very excited to see them on the feet. I think John has an easy win though if he takes him to the ground.
Yeah.
Ciryl Gane, I mean, I get Francis is huge, but Francis was not technical, and Ciryl Gane did not seem to be very technical. And a lot of people pointed out different things that he wasn't doing and that he could have done. Oh, get to this escape, get to this hip, grab that. And so if you're having things like that happen against John Jones, nah, bro, it's already too late.
And that's the thing about
you're gonna get
heavyweights.
elbows to the face.
That's the thing about heavyweights in the UFC. They're not really that technical. Most of the time, it's like haymaker after haymaker. It's like
big
rare,
punches.
Unless it's like you're like Frank Mir and you're trying to take him down to the ground,
Right.
And doing things on the ground, trying to get into like the clinch and play that type of game. Ciryl Gane, I feel like he has pretty good conditioning. And nice at striking. It's gonna be a great fight to watch. We got to watch that.
I've never seen Ciryl Gane fight, but I know I've seen John Jones, and John Jones is a monster. He's a goat, so I'm gonna put my money where I see him.
He's
my
a really
manager
good
at my
kickboxer.
job, he was like, "Bro, but Ciryl Gane, man, but Ciryl Gane." I was like, "Bro, have you ever seen John Jones lose and it's not a disqualification? Like what?"
Bro, I'm excited to see him stand up, but I hope as a John Jones loyalist that John takes him to the ground and just dominates him down there. Get out of trouble. I do not want to see John get knocked out. Like I would be so shook.
That's a hard
I'd be hurt,
picture,
man.
man.
I have to take down the sound panel, man. I got a big old for y'all watching. I got a big old sound panel. 2x4 of John Jones in the 3-point stance, man. Legendary guy.
Hey, when YouTube let us do like a not live reaction, but like a reaction
you
to
can't have the video play. You can't have the.
Nah,
you can't be showing
UFC
it.
won't let you do it.
You just can't be showing it, but I know people do that. They call it Fight Companion. Joe Rogan does it. Brandon
Israel
Schaub.
Adesanya does that shit too.
But I think he posted after. Does he go live? I think he posted after.
No, yeah,
he posted
afterwards.
reactions. But you can we can have it on the screen and then have the camera recording us. Yeah. We just can't have the camera recording the screen.
Right,
You know, But a lot of people do
that'd
that,
be fun.
and I enjoy that. Sometimes when I'm watching like a UFC fight night, or I'm watching like basically by myself, like a loner. It's enjoyable to watch these guys and see like what their analysis is on like what they're seeing and whatnot.
Rogan's always pretty solid. I like hearing Rogan talk about it.
Yeah,
like all the fights.
It's always funny watching fights with friends though. You're really unaware of really what's going on. Like you're aware, but as far as points go and what's really going on, like you actually don't have the greatest idea all the time, especially when a fight is close. It's very tough, bro. I was hearing Chael Sonnen talk about that. I'm like, that is so true. Like when you're with friends and watching, you really don't know, but it's especially true with basketball. Basketball, that is so true, bro. You don't know what's going wrong on offense. You don't know what's going wrong on defense.
Are these friends that don't watch basketball?
Huh?
Are you talking about, are these friends that don't watch basketball?
Even if you do, it's just so much promotion going on. You're not paying attention to the intricacies of the game.
You're just not paying attention as much.
No, you're watching, you're enjoying what you're watching. But as far as technicals, like when I'm watching by myself, I'm watching what's their offense doing, what are they looking for, what are their setups, where are they getting KD the ball, like what are they trying to set up? When you're watching with friends, you're just looking like, did he get a bucket? Miss, okay, back talking, miss, okay, but that type of thing. Sometimes it's very similar with UFC. Although UFC, I feel like you do go like round by round and be like, who got that one?
Bro, you seen the one championship?
What about it? Like
the fights in those are brutal. Every
really? What
single,
is that?
Yeah, because they're kind of just like it's just another like Bellator type stuff.
Right.
And bro, every single time they have fights, they'll have like these certain types of rules. Rod Tang versus Demetrius Johnson.
Right.
And the first round is just straight up stand up, and then the second round
they do like combo matches.
You can do the combo. But bro, I've been watching a bunch of these clips of people fighting, and they're doing a really good job on TikTok because they just put the best parts of it.
Right.
But it's like a full clip and it's so action packed. It's probably one of my favorite ones right now.
Bro, the thing with like clips being posted is it's annoying to then have to watch the fights with those type of casuals. Like their only intake of MMA is like through the clips because they're like, "Where's the knockout? Beat him up!" Or like if someone loses in the first round, they're like, "It's over already." I'm like, bro, he trained for like 6 weeks of camp for this, lost in the first round, and you're mad? Come on, we wanted to show, bro. They're fighting, dog. That's like you and I. Hey, let's get into a shootout.
He did his job.
Imagine we get in a shootout where you go to this end, you get this end. We're gonna shoot out, and someone gets shot. You're like, bro, already, bro. You got it that quick, like, bro, this is some big stuff on the line, bro. It's not like a basketball game where there's set quarters and durations. Bro, you're in a cage fighting basically to the death. Like the ref is keeping you alive because if he didn't call it, the guy you're gonna be down and keep getting head trauma, bro. Like it's not a safe sport, bro. Yeah, and people really just armchair quarterback. Like, come on, why aren't they brawling, bro? Would you be in there trying to brawl? Like,
go watch the one championship if you want to see brawls.
Bro, usually though, the thing is, the higher you elevate, most of those guys are not taking a lot of damage consistently. Like, you can look at a guy like Nate Diaz, always takes damage. Nate Diaz has never been a reigning champion. It's just not, you be a fan favorite. People love you. Sean Strickland, he'll get in there and bang. What's
his
bro
name?
that Volk just got? Max Holloway.
Oh,
he
yeah,
takes a
yeah,
lot
yeah.
of
He's a
damage.
brawler.
But when you look at championship fights and stuff like that, bro, they didn't get there by taking large amounts of damage, bro. So
Yeah,
people don't understand the chess match that is being played by these guys that are fucking animals, bro. But they just like they want what they want. Like, bro, these guys are humans, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not how
Justin
it goes,
Gaethje's
man.
another one. He's
Dog,
a
brawler.
crazy brawler, but you see, he's never a champion.
Right. It's
You know?
very hard to be a
Also, but
champion and a brawler.
To be fair, he had Khabib in his freaking league, so
Right.
it's a little different.
And Khabib was not out there brawling, bro.
Nah,
Khabib
he was there to
never
win.
took damage, dog. He was in there doing it with the way that gave him the least amount of damage. But let's talk about some other damage. Damage control. Y'all want to talk about Gunna or Andrew Callaghan? I'm giving y'all options.
Ooh, damage control.
Gunna might be quick.
Yeah, let's do Gunna. Let's do Gunna.
You cannot you can diss a man in songs. You can diss him in songs. You can drop freestyles about him. You can have little slick lines. You can tweet. But when you unfollow a man, that's different. That's basically saying I don't care to ever know of your existence, and you are erased from my radar of life, and you don't exist. And Lil Baby doing Wanna like that? That's unheard of because they came up together. That's the thing. That had to be the blow for Wanna. Like, wait a minute, not my dog. I know Meek unfollowed. Who else unfollowed him? A few people unfollowed him. Yeah.
Polo G.
Polo G.
Yeah. Meek Mill, Lil
Polo.
Baby, Lil
Wait,
Durk.
you mean Piano G?
Yeah, piano. Yeah.
Guitar G?
Yeah, oh god.
But okay, but that's the thing. All of them unfollow him. Got it. Industry, y'all gonna unfollow whatever. But low key,
Baby?
Lil Baby is like,
That was a little wild.
yo, Lil Baby, didn't you? No, actually, I don't know because I was gonna say, didn't you know Gunna before you knew Thug? But actually, I don't know if that's true because Thug knew him back in the day.
Gunna
too.
used to write Lil Baby's rap, so they really came up together.
And
Like
they had project after project
Project
together.
after
They had the
project.
same flow back then.
Yeah, so Lil Baby unfollow us for real, like F your couch, F your kids, F your mama, F everything.
And you know they know each other's families and shit.
Oh, my president is black and my Lambo is blue. You feel me?
Maybe Gunna just should have stayed off of Instagram because I feel like after he posted the studio and all the
What'd you think about that post?
Bro, beautiful freaking house.
And he said, "Free Thug, free
Free
YSL."
Thug, free YSL, dog. No, it was free Gunna for you, dog. Because you out and he's
Free
still
me.
in there. Honestly, all these rappers doing the same exact shit, unfollowing Gunna. But if y'all are in his position, y'all would freaking snitch too. I say that.
Meek Millie?
I would say he
okay,
snitched.
For
Come on, dog. Think about it. Meek Mill, right now, that fool probably get his shit sucked off by 7 different IG models.
Meek
getting
Mill has been to
lobster
prison.
tacos, all of that shit. Yeah, he's been in prison. He's seen what it looked like. And now he has all the fortune? And you think he's not going to
But
snitch
Meek
if he's
Mill-
in that
okay, look,
situation?
But Meek Mill
You
is hanging
must be
around
crazy.
billionaires, bro, and millionaires. Like
He's
not
bunny hopping around.
Billionaires.
Yeah, he's
you
doing-
think he's seen this much amount
But
of
I'm saying
wealth?
he's not even doing anything that would get him like tied up. Like
But-
the last thing he was doing a little wheelie. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he's not really on that type of time. Like, cause I feel like when he was doing dirt, hey man, I never heard nothing about him being a rat. I heard him getting convicted multiple times and all that. But we can't put it on his name if he's not doing nothing. Now, if you're saying because of his new lifestyle he rat. But it's like, bro, but his new lifestyle involves not doing crime. You feel me? So I'm in the same boat. You can say that on me.
Okay,
What'd you
look,
do all that time?
hypothetical.
I'm not doing no crimes.
Hypothetical.
Right.
We saw Meek Mill get into that little altercation with the boxing dude.
Right.
That dude, you know Meek Mill, you've seen his punches. He cannot punch for shit. You think, and he said he would beat his ass.
He was gonna
Probably
light
can't
him
beat
up.
his ass.
He was gonna knock him out.
But what if he just got one of his thugs and spray his ass up? And now he's sitting in a position where he has to go to jail.
That's what I'm saying. Meek Mill's for sure gonna snitch, bro. He got bodied by Drake, so he's for sure gonna get bodied by a prosecutor. Like, come on now, Meek Mill squealing like a pig.
But
boy.
you just can't say someone's gonna snitch when there's no basis.
He should have
He
said
just
that
gave a hypothetical. What if he got one of his goons to kill, bro?
I'm
I'm
just
like,
saying-
yeah.
I don't think
If-
a lot of rappers are built like that. I think a lot of rappers are honestly like entertainers for real, and they realize that, like, and they know that. Like, okay, Boosie, 6ix9ine snitch. Okay, but Boosie's like one that would never do some shit like that, right? 50 Cent would never do some shit like that, right? I thought Casanova was like a real one and wouldn't go down for some shit like that. Boy,
We haven't heard anything though. We haven't heard anything.
But
But
when
he
the
did
millions
body
is
bag
on the
himself.
line and that freedom is on the line, bro, a lot of people is gonna switch up. So I think a lot of rappers right now is really capping, like acting like they really
And
like
it's
follow
not-
them, like
it's
they
not
don't fuck
even
with them.
just
Like,
the
'cause, okay, Meek Mill was the first one talking about free one. Oh, glad you back home.
Did he say that?
Yeah,
Oh,
he was
yeah.
one of the first ones to post, like, glad to see you back home, champ, or whatever the fuck he said. Then he sees, okay, court of public perception. Oh, nigga, rappers ain't fucking with him no more.
Right.
All right, let me unfollow the bro. So Meek Mill switching up like that? He's switching up in court. Come on now.
It's not, I feel like, especially, think about it. Okay, street code, your public perception.
Fuck street
you
code,
wanna
ain't no
look,
street code.
You want to look like this gangster rapper because you are a gangster rapper. But, dog, your family the lifestyle that you have, everything that you're giving up just to go sit in a cell with another dude he's beating your meat
Gunna was bad,
above.
But Gunna
Come
wasn't
on.
even on nothing, is what it sounds like. It sounds like they really didn't. He didn't have nothing going on, bro.
Gunna
That's the
shouldn't have
thing.
snitched,
So
bro. He was really looking at 2
shouldn't
to 5.
have?
No, he was really sitting at looking at 2 to 5 years. Bro really could have sat.
Nah.
He really could have sat and did that
bro.
time,
for what?
bro.
For what? I
mean,
wasn't
shit.
committing them crimes. You had who shoot who? I was in the studio with it. Y'all gotta sit. If y'all committed crimes, y'all gotta sit. And guess what? All I'm gonna tell them is they did crimes, yo. That whole YSL is a gang, and I ain't with that shit. And they committed crimes, and I'm ashamed to have been a part of it. I will see y'all at Christmas.
What do they call it? Young snitch life?
Young snitch life.
Snitch life, bro.
Man, bro, if I'm one to let's be real, bro. Oh, so Thug, y'all got 300 different people ready to testify? So they don't even need me, and y'all don't need me. So I'm just gonna go, okay? I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna make a banger when I get out. Don't even trip.
See, okay, it's hard to make another decision for a man and his time and his money. But if you're really looking at 2 to 5 years, knowing the rap game and knowing how, you know what I'm saying,
Bro,
how
but
that
it's real life.
but knowing the perception of it, like you really could have sat for that 2 to 5 years. Out of that,
Bro, but like it's real
I think
life.
Polo G snitching. 100%. Polo G. Okay, the only couple of people that probably might not snitch, maybe Bobby Shmurda, because we already seen that. But okay, but it comes back to that same point. That's like, okay, you saw what happened on the inside, and now you came back, and now you have all the fortune, and maybe you might snitch. I just feel like gangster rap, it's not as gangster anymore.
No, for sure. Gangster rap has been diminished and been demolished for a long ass time. Because you got to think about it, bro. Who's the main people going to these concerts?
White kids.
The white kids. It's not gangsters. So you the whole premise of like, oh, I'm gonna do it for the streets, nigga. Fuck the streets. Like, so I can see Gunna's decision like that. But I'm just saying, I think you should hold down your man and in loyalty.
Fuck
I think
man.
I
He
think
over here calling drive-bys and hits and stuff.
Yeah, you crazy as fuck.
Yeah, like, bro,
he was wild,
that's
bro.
all you,
and then
bro.
rapping about it. Yeah, my homie Tick will do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm paying shooters rent, shit like that. If we talking street code gangster shit, quote unquote street code gangster shit, like a part of me is like, yeah, bro, you really could have sat, did the time. Thug put you on. Thug got you on these flights. Thug got you on these shows. Thug really put food in your family's mouth. Like, he the reason you here type shit. You really could have sat for that time instead of saying, oh yeah, YSL is a gang, which is the main thing that the prosecutor's trying to prove. Like, yeah, and you're the leader of it. Bro really could have did that. Got out and still had the same amount of street cred. Rappers would have been fucking with him. He
But
still
you
would have
just
been
did
hot.
5 years away.
Still
from
would've
the
been
family.
5
of your
years.
life?
Bro, but you're talking
Or
about you
maybe
would have been
even less,
hot.
though.
But see, you say that the streets and all that shit don't matter, but then you're like, the streets still would have looked at you like you cold if you did that.
That's the street cred side of it, but the realistic side is like, yeah, I mean, you
Get out. But here's the thing. All right, but back to Lil Baby. Is Lil Baby a fake homie? Because you don't think you could still be friends with bro just a little bit? Like, at least check in on him. Hey, bro, like,
Maybe
they
he
got
knows
you.
something we don't.
Yeah, that's the thing. I
That's-
feel like Young Thug must have sent the kite down to basically let people know, yeah, it's not cool with bro. Because when people turn, at first it's all like, hey, he's home, we don't know. And then he must have told
Because
somebody.
it really puts him in a hole, and Young Thug's lawyer, especially if you're saying that it is a gang. We're trying to prove it's not a gang, and now, dog,
It was gonna be
you're
a
out.
hard thing to prove, anyways, bro. I mean, because like you already have like so many other people lined up to snitch, like to testify, and you have all these messages and different things. I just feel like Gunna's testimony is not even that. Like, that's not the thing that's gonna nail him down.
Damn, bro.
Free YSL though.
Okay, people were saying, oh, Gunna not gonna be safe to walk around in Atlanta. I don't think shit's gonna happen to him.
He gonna be at Linux.
I don't think shit's gonna
He got
happen
the
to
money,
Gunna.
though.
I think he's still gonna be able to come out and
I
have
don't
a
think
cool
he come
rap
to certain
career.
areas though. That's for sure. Because them
Yeah.
boys is crazy.
Yeah,
like
probably, yeah.
if you hear the stuff that he's like Thug is texting people to do and all that, like yo, no, they'll really let it go for Thug while he's locked up. You go to Zone 6, any zone that a rapper has rapped about. No Bankhead, no Zone 6, no East Atlanta. Just nothing. And I'm sorry if I'm overlapping these things. I've only been to Atlanta once. Leave me alone. I love Atlanta though. So
But
nice.
is Gunna really considered like a gangster rapper?
A Bang Crip, 60 Crip.
No, he's not a
just
gangster
banging?
rapper though.
But like
he just
the
a fly
songs
guy.
that I know of him
Oh, yeah,
is
music-wise,
like,
yeah.
Spit Addiction, bro. Like,
Yeah. He just a fly guy, bro. He's just
Fly Crip.
Bro,
The
they
park,
raw as
whatever, Ave, all that stuff, man. It is what it is, bro. I think Gunna's.
Bro, if Gunna comes out with a hit tomorrow, nobody cares. I promise
Nah,
you.
because
Not tomorrow, not tomorrow.
I don't
It's gotta
think-
be a couple
Here's
months.
the thing. I don't know if the industry is going to let him live though. That's the thing.
Blackballed?
I don't know. I feel like it won't be like other people, but it really a lot of it is out of his control because I don't think he can just go on a Tory Lanez run and people would just be like, bro, he's just dropping hit after hit on his own independent type vibe, like just YouTube going up. I wonder because I do think like he's a type. Remember Pushing P, bro. The whole industry is talking about Pushing P, bro. Like that, it was running everywhere, and I feel like he needed that backing. If it was just him pushing things, I don't think people would have cared like that. And I don't know if he's gonna get no interviews either.
He comes out, pulls off a Tory Lanez. How could I shoot her if I didn't do it? How could I do it if I wasn't there? How could I be snitching if I copped a plea? It was an Alfred plea, okay, not even a real plea. So if he came out like that and came out with some bangers, the streets would not care. Why? Because the streets that's consuming his music is mostly white kids, and some black kids. So either way, Gunna being the fly guy, he was never the tough guy. He got some lyrics though. Out of sight, out of mind. If y'all hear that song, he was I never snitch. He said a lot of shit. I was listening the other day.
He had song you talking about.
Bro,
never
if
snitch?
you listen to Out of Sight, Out of Mind, every single bar, I'm like, you lying, you lying, you lying. Cause we just saw you snitch. Like you just did some foul stuff, bro. So it's just funny. But like, I don't think. Okay. From the gangster rappers, as rappers that's being hard, I don't think they're gonna follow him because they don't fuck with him. They're gonna follow him because they saw somebody else do it. They're gonna follow him because they know their fan base is looking at them like oh, so what you got to say?
And
about
it started with Lil Baby, right? I'm gonna assume that was like the big first big one.
No, Dirk, Mika, Baby is the last one, but that's the one that stands out because like, that was your man.
Closest.
That was your man, exactly. But what was I gonna say?
The Lil Durk diss?
Nah, not the Lil Durk diss. Let me think. Gunna. Why, Lil Durk dissed him?
Yeah, he did. And OMG, what happened to Virgil? He's like, you probably gonna tell. He had like a little snippet that came out, and it was like a new song. So like, Dirk was like the first one to sneak diss him in some rap shit. Man. So now everybody else finna get their little sneak disses off and don't fall on shit like that.
Yeah, one thing. Sorry, last thing I was to say about it is I do kind of gotta call out Almighty Suspect, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Why? What do you say?
Remember when we had Solid the Hustle on the pod and he was saying like, yo, I just seen Suspect saying he still listen to Gunna. He don't care if the music slaps. That's all he cares about. Oh yeah. Right. And I remember watching that episode and I'm like, oh, interesting take. But now every time that they talk about Gunna, I wouldn't play that nigga shit. Man, hell no. Cut that shit off. We ain't listening to that shit no more.
Bro, it don't matter.
I think him saying that, he had enough people in his ear after that, like, yo, what? Like, what you mean? He maybe he saw Solid the Hustler's take, but very quickly it changed from that to like, hell nah. Every time it's brought up, he has to throw something in there that he won't be listening to it. It was just interesting. It stands out to me, and it kind of does speak on how other people's perspectives change others, or change certain people. Like, just how all the rappers have started, oh, we not following him more? All right, bet. Unfollow. Like, oh, we're not gonna rock with him, we're not gonna support his next drop, bet we're not posting it, that type of thing. I think we're gonna see a lot of that going forward.
See, that's just so weird to me, bro. Shout out Gunna, man. I hope you come out and do well, man.
Let's hope he makes some bangers.
Come on, see what's some bangers, man. We get back on the fly high shit.
Yeah, come on, bro.
Ain't nothing wrong with Gunna, bro.
Cop a new purse, bro. You'll be all good, man. Cop a new purse.
That'll be cool.
Just go on your way.
I like when artists go in the direction of independency. Is that a word? Independency? Independent.
Well, I don't think he's getting dropped from
Why
the
you say
label.
that? He's still on the label.
Well, I think it's cool, like especially like seeing how Tory Lanez did it. Like, bro,
but he was independent.
Yeah, he was independent. Like after his deal was done with, so now it's like, okay, now it really shows your creativity and like I guess your hustle. Your hustle just looks like.
Oh, you're saying basically Gunna might have to just like hustle himself out of this,
because
and like that's the way you're saying independence, because you might not be pushed or might be like blackballed.
Yeah,
that makes sense. I see what you're saying.
That'd be really cool.
Hey, wait, you don't think he'll get an interview?
Oh,
I wonder if every platform. I just wonder what the perception of him is gonna be like. Are people gonna be like, "Yo, Breakfast Club, why you having him up there?" I wonder how much politics are gonna play a factor. I know a lot of people would probably take his interview. I'm just curious
because I thought 6ix9ine was gonna get shot. I thought 6ix9ine was dead.
He couldn't get an interview for a long time. He had to go to white platforms basically. Couldn't get started.
He did Logan
Couldn't
Paul.
get Joe Budden. Couldn't get No Jumper. He couldn't get Gillian Wallow. And they actually had the call recorded of him saying they're like, nah, bro, we cool. So no one would mess with him like that. I don't think Gunna's gonna get the same treatment, but I'm not sure what the treatment.
But I think Gunna's better received than 6ix9ine.
That's what I'm saying. Sure. I don't think he's gonna get the same treatment.
Okay,
I'm curious what it would be.
That's surprising that 6ix9ine didn't get one from No Jumper. I wonder why. Why wouldn't No Jumper do it? I thought Adam would interview anybody.
Adam does not like 6ix9ine and always has very negative things, and no one was trying to help his career, bro. I think everyone universally was not trying to give him any type of platform, which is the same reason that they all didn't do it for the same reason, bro. No one in hip hop was messing with, bro. That's why you had to go to a straight white platform and get his rocks off. He went to Note Boys too. That was kind of funny. But all right, speaking of more white people, let's talk about it. Someone white.
Andrew Callaghan.
Yeah, not the Tatester. And Tatester is not white. He's part black, right?
Yeah.
I love that. I always knew there was something I liked about him. But Andrew Callaghan, man, the guy who had no jumper under fire, the guy who tried to expose Adam 22 for doing all this awful stuff, is now on the hot seat.
Bro,
who got the Carfax?
I got the Carfax. So Andrew Callaghan. It's not Callaghan. I keep saying it. It was incorrect.
Oh, it's Callaghan?
Callaghan.
Why is there a G? Is that my fault you put a G there? Blame
Callaghan.
someone else.
Yeah. All right. So Mr. Callaghan, he had a couple of women who came out about
it was
reporting.
a lot of women.
Oh, it was a few, buddy.
Damn near a dozen.
Yeah,
dozens.
If you look at TikTok right now, even more just keep popping up.
Probably as we speak.
And a bunch of those two of them that really stood out. There was a girl who said she gave him consent, but supposedly he wore her down. They ended up having sex.
Are we gonna play the tape?
Yes.
We'll be redundant. But the overall thing is, all these girls have come out and said he has a move that he likes to put on some of these girls, and he can be very boastful. No, not boastful.
Pushy.
He can be pushy with things. But here, we got to hear some of these, and then we'll comment, and then we'll hear his response. More funny to comment before you hear his response.
So we'll start with the first girl.
Oh, this is going to be interesting.
If you are type 2 and
fucking ads.
check your feet and legs for these two things.
For documentation.
This is actually good. This is actually good for the viewers, though, because their legs might be messed up.
I never in a million years thought that I would be making this video, and I'm shaking because I've
Won't be alive for a million.
tried a couple different times and haven't been able to get my point across, but I don't like seeing abusers get platforms. And my abuser, Andrew Callaghan, also known as All Gas No Breaks, Channel 5, and whatever his new HBO show's called, I forget.
Wow.
Oh, don't
has
do
been
him like that.
plastered all over my news feed, and I've tried to come to him person to person and try to get him to take accountability for what he did, but his
What's
version of
accountability,
what
Andrew?
happened the night that he assaulted me is so skewed. So I will tell you that he did eventually get consent. And that's the main point, is that he eventually got consent because he wore me down. He told me he needed a place to stay for the night. He had some sort of falling out with one of his crew members or whatever.
He was trying to
very
get
clear about
some.
the fact that we are not hooking
Yo,
up.
I gotta stay here.
He gets in my bed and wears me down to the point where I eventually do agree to do things that I
Wore it
wasn't
down.
proud of. And I wasn't proud of them and thought it was my fault for so long that I continued to be nice to him after the situation. He wouldn't leave my house the next morning.
Round 2.
And then as time went on,
We got a stage 4 clinger.
you know what? Just because
that morning would be
eventually
some
I
serious
said, okay, whatever, because I
He
was
just wanted his
trying to
morning
just
round, right?
Get the whole night over with so that it could be morning, so that he could leave. It doesn't discount the fact that I told him no. So I told him no so many times
Why cut
prior
out?
to this. I said, I'm tired.
Jump
I'm
cuts.
not really feeling it. I came up with any excuse that I possibly could to just get him off of me. And he still found a way to coerce me
Coerce,
into
use a big
things
word.
that I didn't want to do. And this is really hard for me to say. I never thought I would come forward, but
Sometimes.
it's even
I'll
more
let her
hard
finish.
to have to relive the trauma.
What?
Oh, sorry. I was saying I'll let her. Is she basically done or she has more?
It's still a minute.
No,
Still another minute.
Maybe we got the gist. Maybe because.
You got to at least hear the last part.
Oh, okay. Go
the
ahead.
last
go ahead,
part.
Go ahead.
I
Wait, pause it
endured
real
every
quick.
single day by seeing
Skip.
You never. No. But you never just gotta wear him down a little bit.
No.
Come on, you
No,
never had the little fake. No, stop. But it's like, but you came over
No,
at
but-
midnight,
no.
right? You came over at midnight. I'm just saying. Someone's probably
There's
warned someone a little bit, a little
just
bit
a
of wear down.
difference.
Yeah.
There's a difference in like comfortability.
Sakib was trying to wear me down when he kept saying to buy a puff. So you don't want to buy a puff? He's kind of wearing me down. I'm just saying, like, you never just popped out one time. You got the little robe drip on. You hit him with the robe,
See,
right?
but okay, I've never done that because I'm the type of person to ask you first, like, hey, are you comfortable? You good?
No,
You straight?
but
You
have
hot?
you
You
ever
cold?
done-
You hungry? Like,
Okay.
I get you. I see what you're saying. The persistence. It's the
But
difference.
have you
between-
ever done the robe? Hit him with the little robe.
and then have it open? Flat
Ma,
open?
you just come in the room, drop that thing down.
Yeah, I would do it later.
Never in my life.
I'm only okay. I'll only
Unless
do
we
some shit
already
like
had,
that.
unless
Yeah.
we already had
It's
like
already
sexual
established.
relations
Okay,
like
well,
that.
all right. Well, so I'm just saying,
I
there's different
I know
aspects.
what
You
you're
might,
saying.
somebody's got to wear it down a little bit.
Yeah, there's a difference in wearing down and then being creepy and wearing them down.
Okay, and maybe
you know?
okay. You're right.
man, as a social justice warrior, as someone who cares about human rights, get a platform. You shouldn't be supporting him. And at the end
Don't
of the day,
support
like,
Andrew.
I've told close friends of mine, I've tried coming out about this before, and he texted me saying that it basically ruined his life, and that his life was over now because of things that I said, and other women have
My
come
life is over.
forward to me. But this is my first time publicly
Channel
talking
5
about
reporting.
it on a platform like TikTok.
My life is over,
because
officially.
I hope it gets traction. I hope people listen to me. I hope that if something similar has happened to you, that you know that that's not your fault. It wasn't my fault what happened to me.
But you gave him consent, which was weird.
Caved.
Hey, man. Shut up.
So hard to do, but I eventually, I was really hoping that he would eventually take accountability, but he just texted me this skewed version of what he thought had happened, and in that moment, it wasn't fight
So
or
you were
flight,
fiending for me, baby.
Should
have seen the way you was looking at me.
After that 100th no, I saw it in your eyes.
You gave me the fucking eyes.
He was trying to buy me all kinds of the best kinds of tequila.
The best
at the
kind?
dive bar
Hey,
we
you
were at.
sound like you had a good night.
They was at a dive bar.
A lot of people don't believe me. I've got receipts. I've got photos of us. I've got text messages. But you shouldn't need that. You should believe me, and you should stop supporting Andrew Callaghan.
That's the weirdest part.
That kind of sounds weird.
Yo, come on. If you got the text, if you got the receipts, if you got the proof, put that shit out there. Because that's not. We can't just believe all women without understanding that shit.
I could show you proof. But if I have to show it to you, it means you didn't believe me. So you should just believe me. I've tried that one before. Yeah. You got the little phone out, right?
Yeah,
phone
okay.
out. Oh, who you get that message from? Oh, if I have to show you, then it means you don't trust me. So how about I just flip the phone over and we don't talk about it?
All right.
This is my alter ego.
So I'm you know how I am with artists, right? I'll be finding them early. I'll be like, I found them before we got famous.
Right.
Yeah.
Andrew. Oh my God, bro. This is so sad. Now, it's really more sad for the victims of it, right? And I'm going to say this just straight out. He did it. You can't have dozens of people come out and say he SA'd me and then it not be true. Right?
Okay, let's slow down though.
Okay.
We got to focus on her testimony and then we'll break it down. We got to let this thing unravel.
So, because there's a couple other ones.
I'm a pro podcaster, guys. We have to unravel. We don't want to get to the broad scheme until we've dissected her. One thing with her testimony, that's I think this is the simple answer. When she says, I did eventually give him consent, but he really kept pushing for it. Here's the thing. Let's say that this is your girlfriend explaining why she fucked this guy. And she's saying, he was really persistent. He really wanted it. I kept telling him no, but eventually he just wore me down. And then I gave him consent because I just wanted to get the night over with. I don't think any boyfriend would be like, you know what? That guy's a pig. It would be like, no, you cheated on me because you made the decision for that to happen. So her saying it's not her fault, fine. It's not your fault that he was belaboring the point and wouldn't let things go and wanted to do whatever with you. But I do think you still did make the decision. And I think had you had a boyfriend, that boyfriend would not take your side on it. It obviously would be you cheated on him.
That's a fair point.
There's no understanding past that. Well, he really wanted it though. He was really pestering for it. Well, if you told him no, you're supposed you could have tried to kick him out. You could have made it very. There's no. I said no, and then I just said fuck it. Let's do it.
You could do that. You could definitely do that, but still, at the end of the day, it's like he's being so persistent with it to the point that it's like, damn, look, this guy's mad creepy. I do not know what he would do if I just kick him out right now. Would he actually leave? Would he actually respect my decision?
let him fuck me.
If he didn't listen to all the other no's, it's like,
but he did listen to them.
He listened to him, and then he kept persisting.
Well, no, not
which is
listening.
creepy as
not
hell.
listening to no is that word that we won't use, the R word, right?
Babe.
That's not listening to no. You hearing no and continuing to persist means you're acknowledging the no. You would just like to turn that no to a yes. And like any good salesman, it seems he did that.
I think it's a touchy subject when you have alcohol involved. And then, like you said, you've been saying no. And then as a guy, like you said, you're going to be persistent. And then she finally says yes because now the lines are blurred about what's consent and what's not consent. Because I was reading the comments. And from my point of view, it's like, okay, you eventually say yes, right? So it's like you're saying,
yeah.
Like, what's the issue? A lot of the comments were like, the same things happened to me, and I felt so gross. I felt disgusted. Reading, female comments, it's like, I felt gross. I felt disgusted. I hope, you get your justice that you deserve. So I'm like, maybe I'm just looking at it from my man logical mind and not the woman perspective of like, a woman shouldn't have to be forced or coerced into having sex like that to finally saying yes.
It's after she's
been pestered for so long. It's like, I would never understand that. Like, I have to come to grips with that. I would never understand that. Because me, I'm like, kick him out. Why would you say yes?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you just punch him in the fucking face? Like, why would you let him stay over the night?
And then call the police.
There's so many different options you could have, but like, I would never be in that
moment.
position.
But she never says that he got physical, aggressive, like where she felt endangered. She could think it's weird, but that's fine. Like you had a weird guy. You told him he could spend the night at your place, and he's weird, and he's like persisting. He wants to go to Pound Town with you, and you told him off rip, we're not hooking up. We've all heard that. We're not going to do anything, and you're bringing it up so we could do something fine. But you saying he kept persisting, and then you just did it to get it over with, that's very weird. I would not expect a married woman to behave like that.
Her testimony is like, that's the one that's a little bit more skewed. I would
the
say
other ones
that,
are a little better.
Yeah,
because you are right. Once we're gonna keep hearing these, it's like, all right, you probably were on some weird stuff. Everyone hears his response, but her thing, even on, I have the receipts, but you shouldn't even need that. You should just believe me.
That. I don't agree with that.
But her whole point is stop supporting this guy because he's really pushy when it comes to going to Pound Town. And he persisted, and then eventually I gave him consent, and I don't like the guy. Why does that matter to me? Like, it doesn't matter to me at all. I'll be so honest with you. In this specific situation, if you're telling me Kyrie Irving, the hoop god, the handle king, and a girl's saying like, yo, he was really rude at dinner, and then like he just wanted to smash so badly, he was being rude, and eventually I let him do it. Bro, I don't care how this guy dates. I don't care about that. If you're not saying that he put hands on you, he was abusive, he did anything like that, then it's a different story, bro. I'm honest. And I'm only talking about this one that we saw.
Okay, let me play another one then.
Proceeded to put his hand down my pants.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Trump did it too.
I told him to
He too much Trump, man. He with the MAGAs.
He tried to put my hand down his pants.
This guy's got the moves.
You know, fighting.
Got no
against
game,
him.
bro.
During this, told him to please stop. And he
Get to it.
said,
What you thinking about
you
it?
could at least suck my dick. And I said, no, I don't want to do that.
Andrew's a player.
My car. At that point, it was, I'm not taking you home anymore.
That's
Get the
weird.
fuck out
Okay,
of my
but
car.
gas
That's
isn't
weird.
gas isn't cheap.
Fuck out of here,
Gas
dog.
isn't cheap.
That's weird, dog.
Really? Yeah.
Okay, that's it. That's it. Yo,
Gas is not cheap.
Hold on. That's mad weird, dog. I understand gas is not cheap, but if you offered to bring the girl with you wherever you're going, and now just because she's not gonna give you some slop, you're just gonna kick her out the car? Oh, Uber home now.
Technically-
it's like it just shows your emotions as a man. You're weak. You're freaking weak, dog. Like, look, I know I've been with girls where like, before the first date, they're like, yeah, you're not going to smash or whatever.
And you know what they want.
No, of course. No. No, they'll be saying that shit and they're like a little playful with it. And then, you go on the date goes really well. And obviously she's in a place where she's comfortable enough to give you consent. And it happens, right? But then I've also been with a girl where she was telling me that I'm not going to smash. And for some odd reason, it just seemed very direct and it was like very honest.
Tell, yeah.
And I could tell. And I was like, yo, honestly, my intention is not to smash on the first date. Like, that's not even the thought because
on the second date.
I want to get to know you, Like, I want to actually get to like, see if we actually vibe because I want to have chemistry if we do end up having sex. The other girl, I asked her, I was like, damn, why do you really think I'm like that? And she's like, nah, it's just like my experiences with guys. And she had the same exact experience. Guy wanted some head. She didn't give it to him, kicked him out. And that's a woman, nighttime, 2 a.m.
Damn.
Dog, that's not fair.
Was it around the Ukraine war though? Because the gas prices started soaring,
Bro, it was prior to the gas prices.
Okay, it was prior.
Dog,
All right.
that's
What area though?
bro.
Because they be taxing, bro.
Santa
They be
Clarita.
taxing some
Santa
of that.
Clarita.
Okay, Santa Clarita, I can't shoot them no bail.
Come on, it's
USA
Detroit.
gas station, Santa Clarita, bro. Nah, that's like $3, bro.
All right, let me. I feel like Andrew Callaghan, before he got fame, clout, and money. Before he got fame, clout, and money, he had no riz. Like he was.
It sounds like he still doesn't.
Dog,
honestly,
exactly.
No.
That's why it shows when you do have clout and money. It's like you just saying the weird
But
shit.
at least
you're not
he's-
smooth.
At least she's like true to his message. All gas, no brakes.
Yeah,
We're not
God.
stopping this shit, boy. He's not going to stop, bro. Because for him to acknowledge the no and be like, all right, fine, I'll just lay in the fetal position and call it a night. Give me a blanket for the couch.
Yeah.
That would be pressing on the brakes.
That's that journalism,
Keep the
bro.
gas.
Yeah, you got to
Keep
keep
the
going.
gas
Get the
going, bro.
story.
Keep the gas
look,
going.
Look, this is the problem with like.
You're toxic.
With if you didn't have like a good dad or if you didn't have like good guys who were
dad.
around you to teach you
Yeah,
about
100%.
women, then you're probably gonna go to YouTube and see these pickup artists who teach you persistence, but they don't give you the nuances of persistence.
Right.
And that's the sad part because a lot of guys, they'll get the first date and be like, she wants to fuck,
Bro.
but that's not what it is. Sometimes a woman just wants to be courted in a way where, okay, he's interested in me. I want to have conversation.
Yeah.
I want to know what he's about. And okay, if we don't smash, that should be okay.
Yeah, and that's the way to do it. Some real player shit is don't even bring up sex.
At all.
At all.
We've all been there, bro.
I get that.
Okay, but here's the thing.
It's because we're learning from these stupid ass motherfuckers
I
on
don't even think
YouTube.
it's that, bro. We've all been horny, even if it's your girlfriend, and you're pressing for it a bit. But here's the thing. That's why I think it's a tricky thing. I think the biggest thing is having an awareness. Like, you can be persistent until the point where the female either looks uncomfortable or seems upset. Like, I think that's the best way to read the vibe. Like, if you're Andrew Callaghan and she's clearly like uncomfortable saying no, you're a freak. If you're like still trying to persist, that's really awkward.
How do you even get hard?
That's like predatory at that point. But if that's not the cues you're getting, then I don't know. Like, I don't know if you're just saying he just kept wearing me down. What is wearing you down? Like, what is he hitting you with? Like, come on, you don't want to just the tip? Is that what he's saying? Is he really hitting you?
Like, can I just do just the tip? It just seems like he was pressing the issue. Like, all right, she already said no to me, but
she hasn't yelled.
I'm gonna keep trying it. Yeah, exactly. I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it yet.
If she ain't get mad at him yet, I don't know, bro. If she's still laughing it off and playing cutesy, but then again, maybe it is a slippery slope, and that's why I will never date.
And some women are just like not as stern. Maybe they haven't learned to be. Yeah, maybe they're
uncomfortable, so they're laughing it off in that moment.
And as a man, you gotta understand the nuances. Like, yeah, if a woman is saying no and she's like pretty contingent about it, it's like, okay, you gotta be able to have that type of emotional awareness.
But like, what position were they in when she's saying no, though? You feel me?
Like, okay, if they're cuddling, it's like,
yeah, come on. If they on the couch and they spooning in the bed,
dog. All the girls,
she said, get him off of her.
All the SA girls, I can't lie, they all look mid as fuck.
That don't matter.
I don't think you're allowed to say that. I don't think you're allowed to comment on their looks, bro. I don't think that's allowed in the convo, dog. But I mean, okay. I'll agree with you though. I agree with you though. They was not lookers, bro. He got them straight out of Alabama. But when he was doing that MAGA tour, huh?
He not a looker either though.
Yeah. He don't need to be. Jeff Bezos ain't no looker either, bro.
That's why his wife was looking at Leo like, ooh, I'd take a piece of that.
I kind of like that though, Andrew. It's like, he might have leveled up and gotten like stupid rich, right? But like he's staying
He never learned the game.
No, he's staying true to like his type of gals, like the ones he probably grew up around, and whatever little ass town he was in. Like, he taking them to dive bars. Did you hear that? She said he kept trying to get me the most expensive tequila at the dive bar. Shorty, they had the 1942 settle down. They
had Jose Cuervo in that bitch for the most expensive.
Okay, from what I've read from women is that even if we're butt booty naked and you courted me on a date or whatever, if I still say no, I still say no.
Until you say yes.
Until you no.
But if you know, I'm saying, but if that no turns to a yes, I think it's a little different. Like, if you no,
that's the only one. That's the only one.
As soon as that shit happens, bro, the guy he's in there. Like, if he was already pressing for it, that's the thing. I totally agree with you. You could be butt naked. As soon as the girl's like, no, I don't want to do this, bro, it's over. Like, your shit needs to go to soft mode. There's no trying to like just stop, bro. Like, get out the bed. Like, get on the same page. But that's the hard part of her being like, and then eventually I just said yes. Bro, it's your body. Like, it's a guy penetrating your body, something you can't undo once it's been done. There's no, he just wore me down. I just wanted to wait till the morning. I just wanted to get him out. I figured we just do our thing and then he'd leave. Bro, that's your reasoning in it.
But the guy is still stronger than her. And
he's not. No, he's not.
Yo,
no, he's not.
No, but
he's stronger,
you gotta think about
she didn't talk about no threat. She just said she wore her down. It was persistent. That's the thing. Like, she never says she felt worried. She felt unsafe. She felt like he was gonna put his hands on her, like do something weird. She never said.
She was just annoyed that he wasn't smooth.
Yeah, right. They weren't saying he was a predator. Maybe it's just sexual malpractice.
You shouldn't support him. You're bad at sex, bro.
That's the saying. Different. Okay.
Why can't I watch him go to the hood in Alabama and interview all these kids, do all this thing, and I'm like, nah, but he's horrible on dates, bro. If he can't get no poom poom, bro, he'll keep. And get this, one time he was in the car, bro. He asked a girl for some top. She said no, kicked him out, bro. Would you be surprised if Gucci Mane had the same story?
Nah.
He had a little thought. Future.
I've heard black people say that shit.
Future, take care, love.
But he still give him the Uber ride.
No, Future had the girl fly out, get to the hotel room. He said, yeah, be there, get sexy. She said, oh no, I'm not into all that. He said, take care, love. Never heard from him again. Bro, it's just regular stuff, bro. And he didn't pay for her plane ticket, none of that. He was gonna reimburse her, bro. It just wouldn't be that crazy.
He was gonna reimburse her. He just said he was. I thought he was gonna reimburse her.
He was when she was gonna fly out for some poom poom, but then he just said take care, love. And she never heard from him again. So I'm saying,
did she fly out?
Yeah, she flew up.
That's what I'm saying. He got there, and then that's why. That's the whole point. Take care, love. She's stuck in a hotel room, and now she has to figure out a way to go home. The point is, like, we hear about so many rappers, we would never be that surprised. Oh, Drake. Oh, the girl wasn't trying to smash Drake, and he kicked her out the room. Well, you're smashing on a rapper. We wouldn't be that surprised. Anyone with money like that, we would not be that blown away if they weren't that nice to girls that weren't trying to give them no poom poom. Because it's like, bro, you're this guy and you're dealing with these girls. Not saying it's right, but I just wouldn't be surprised. Oh, Trey Songz wasn't nice to you because you didn't want to top him off? What a jerk. Bro, I'm not expecting these guys to be like model citizens. Now I can't support his content because of that. Bring the R word into it. Bring R word, bring abuse, bring some type of physical thing. I'm with you. I'm never supporting this guy's
I think
video.
It's also because of the way Andrew Callaghan looks.
He's
just like, bro, when you look at him,
he tries to portray himself though as kind of like
what he does, and he does media journalism where he wants to report the truth and really get to the bottom of the story. And
so the truth unveils.
Yeah, so the truth unveils. So it's kind of crazy when you hear a guy who has this platform and is just going on about his daily life, but you have these women who are traumatized with their experience with them. So. I mean, I don't understand the whole tearing down somebody's career. I can understand you wanted to come out with justice and shit like that, but yeah,
there isn't even no justice for that too.
Yeah, because it's just like, again, like he's not predatory, he's not raping you, he's not forcing himself upon you.
Thirsty.
He's
a late night thirster.
It's a sexual misconduct. He called himself a sex pest. Did y'all hear his reaction?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah. Sorry, I forgot. We didn't get to. Let's watch his response,
bro. It's like 5 minutes, but I'll play the no jumper one.
Okay, he has like
a little bit shorter.
Short one. Yeah, because he responded.
He gave a great response.
He did.
And I think that especially I realized when so many young people, especially young men, rushed to defend me when this stuff first started coming out, that this type of sex pest behavior is normalized. And a lot of people think this stuff is normal when I don't think that it is
normal.
And I think that I want to be fully responsible for not having a fluid understanding of consent and what enthusiastic two-way consent looks
all the
like.
game.
That being said, a lot of the things that have
been said about
me
Come on.
not true.
And that bitch wouldn't suck my dick.
Really important contextual information that I think would change people's interpretation of a lot of these
Let me show you
situations.
this Channel 5 mic real quick.
Validate anybody's lived experience. If you feel pressured, that's just what it is. And I think that especially I realized when so many young people,
you can stop
men rush to defend.
One thing he did say is I think if the specific details were talked about, like it would be a different light, but it doesn't really matter about that because it's more about people feeling pressured and whatnot. So that's the thing, bro. His response, and I think his response was even more open than what I've said, kind of, I guess, defending him. Like his thing was just like, because I saw his other, the deeper into it, and he was saying how, one, he wants to be sober, he's going to start AA, he thinks he's been drinking too much, he just thinks like he needs to figure himself out. And he just kind of broke down.
Go to therapy.
And he didn't realize. He said he didn't realize how he could come off in those situations and whatnot.
And it's like patterns.
Yes, that's what he said. That was the word he used. Patterns. I hadn't even noticed that like this was a pattern of mine. And he wants to go do his thing.
And this is something that I bet a lot of guys do as well. I feel like I've seen this happen just like at bars. Like you'll see guys, they're hella persistent, but it's like persistent to the point that it'll turn the girl off and you're still trying, dog. Like she doesn't want you. It's obvious. Like her body language is saying something completely different than what's going on in your mind. This got to be a lesson to a lot of men. Like you can't, yes, persistence is cool if she's playful, if she's kind of into it, if she's also playful with it, but dog, a no is a no, and
until she says yes,
and I understand there's certain nuances where it's like no, and like she'll slap you and stuff, but still you gotta get your fucking emotional intelligence up a little bit more just to understand women.
Usually when she's like no, you already had sexual talks beforehand.
Yes.
Or like you've already kind of hinted at the fact like, okay, I would fuck you, you would fuck me. But now that we're in a situation, you don't want to seem like you're easy, so it's no.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, we can wait, whatever, shit like that. But like girls are like cats, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you give them too much attention, they're going to run away all across the neighborhood looking for milk other places. If you just lay out the food, lay out the milk, they'll come on right.
It's like you gotta plant the seed, dog. You gotta watch your shit grow.
Yeah, you can't force the seed to grow. You know what I'm saying? Like that's real fucked up. And like you said, you made a great point though. Like, okay, where is the masculine role in your life, or like to teach you how to speak to women, or like
not a lot of men have
or
that.
The correct masculine role to say like how to court a woman, or just know that you need to have better. A mental capacity, just like kick a bitch up because
it's probably the people like around you. You know, a lot of men will kind of just like learn how to run game through men. That's the worst way to learn game. You got to learn that through women.
No, okay, you're wrong as fuck.
What are you talking about?
You can't ask a fish how to catch a fish.
No, a woman who is your homie. Okay. I'm not saying
right.
don't ask the girl that you're trying to run game to. How do I court you? How do I get you?
You got to learn from both sides, bro.
Yeah.
Because okay, when you treat a woman too good, she gonna leave your ass.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. It's just you can't. Women are ass backwards, but that's something you learn from men though. Like you got to learn from both women and men, or like an older sister. Like you don't have an older sister to teach you or help you out.
My older sisters would never help me.
Really?
Because my older sister, she fell in love with the first man, and she's still with him.
Oh,
she ain't gonna teach me shit about dating.
Yeah, no, you can't really learn much there, man.
But yeah,
no, Andrew Callaghan definitely did it. But I'm glad he wants to get help. And his response was very good. Like he came out and was like, I don't want to victim blame, and then really laid out everything he wants to work on. Like,
people got
getting the alcohol help. That was good.
Yeah, I feel this got to be a lesson to a lot of men out there. Learn some game, dog, and make women feel comfortable before anything happens.
Like, Andrew Callaghan is also like probably one of the luckiest guys, honestly. Like for this to come out, and then someone with the exact same first name as you to have something way worse with the actual R word.
Oh, yeah.
No one cares about Callaghan. Like in comparison to Tate, bro, no one cares. Like. I mean, people care a little, but bro, Tate's stuff is actually like people are kind of flipping on him
a little bit.
Do you think Tate is an R-worder?
Yes,
do we have the audio, bro? Because the audio is kind of crazy. I've heard audio and I've seen the text messages, and I'm like, oh man, Tatester, what's going on?
We really got to put him out like that, man. No, I'm just playing.
Tatester.
He put himself out like that.
I know. I was gonna read him off, then I
know what it is.
I was gonna read him off, but it just didn't hit the same.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Am I a bad person? Because the more you didn't like it, the more I enjoyed it. I fucking loved how much you hated it. Turn me on. Why am I like that? Why? I am one of the most dangerous men on this planet. Sometimes you forget exactly how lucky you were to get fucked by me. Would you rather me put you down and make you do things you didn't like, or would you rather fuck? You didn't like that I was thinking I can do whatever I want to.
This isn't Islamic.
That's what it is. I'm the smartest person on this fucking planet. Are you seriously so offended I strangled you a little bit? You didn't fucking pass out. Chill the fuck out. Jesus Christ. I thought you were cool. What's wrong with you?
Thought you were cool. Wait, what is he talking about? He the most dangerous man in the world. Yo,
kickboxing champion? Yeah, you're pretty close.
Bro, no you are not, bro. Like, tell that to Jocko, bro. Tell it to a Navy SEAL. Like, you're literally built to kill. Like, you're just so skilled.
You're
bro,
12,000.
You kickbox, bro. Like, relax. Like, just what do you mean you're the most dangerous man on the planet?
You think he can learn?
He is crazy for saying that. And then also, how come, what happened when everyone's saying, you're doing all this horrible stuff, and he's all, I was always just trying to help young men and better the world. Now you on this little thing, I'm the most dangerous man on the planet.
I loved it.
But,
bro, honestly, that's just an AI.
Wait, here's another one, though. I don't know if this is the
hold
same.
on, play it before I say.
Wait, is this one we just saw?
Yeah, that's the one we just listened to.
So there's a text message where he says, I love R-wording you.
Yeah, I never heard the audio or any of that, but it's a text message you're saying.
Okay, here's some more. This is a text message. Monsters are monsters. When you're under my control, I do whatever I please. You were my whore when I had my hands on you.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, that's definitely your message there, no doubt. Let me see. Is there anything? Yeah, and the other one
they just said some kinky shit.
I love. Oh yeah, here we go. He told a victim and ex-girlfriend, I love R-wording you. Oh, yeah, investigators found that message written by him. What do you guys make of this, bro? Is this some kinky stuff, or is this like... It sounds a little crazy, bro. It sounds pretty crazy.
Bro, honestly, it's not Andrew Tate in that audio call, bro.
Oh, that's another
really
angle.
Talk about it.
It's really not.
That's an angle.
It could be... Bro, Elon Musk has talked about it.
It did
they
sound
got a
like
lot of
him, though.
AI.
Oh, true.
Bro, AI can sound like a lot of things. There's deep fake videos. Also, motherfucker didn't say Bugatti.
He did not mention the
He
Bugatti.
said little. He said little.
He did say
A
little.
little bit. If I choke you a little bit.
But
He didn't say Bugatti, though.
He did say Bugatti.
Top G would have mentioned Bugatti. Let's be
One
real.
time.
Okay, the a little bit, a little, and the most dangerous man on this planet.
Yeah, that's the part. The most dangerous man on the planet. That might be AT saying that, because I don't think no one else would even
It's either
think
AT
to say that.
or AI, bro. We don't have the full Carfax, and also this text message, we haven't seen the actual paperwork for it, so we will never know until the actual case.
I think this is a hybrid situation. I think he really was, R-word in some of them, and in others he wasn't. And the reason I say that is because you had some women come out and say, "Oh, this is all false. This is all false accusations." False accusations. You had his original wife from like 2015, whatever, come out and say, "Oh, we were just playing around, or just kinky play, whatever." So it's like you have some women coming out defending him, right? But why? Like, what's their motive for defending him? It's not money. It's not clout. It's it has to be something. Is it love?
It's their experience.
What is it, right? Or maybe they're just so brainwashed to where they just say, "Oh, I'm gonna just go defend this man." I don't know, right? So I think it's a hybrid situation because when you hear those messages, right, and you read that. That sounds awful.
It's probably the worst stuff he could possibly have out there.
Like, and then you're saying, "Oh, come on, that's not fun. You're boring. Oh, you liked it when I choked you, or when you didn't like it, I liked it more."
That's the worrisome part.
Come on now.
Is all this seems to have the context that she is texting him of being unhappy with something that happened. The thing is, also, you have to understand, they're not telling you what was said by any of the victims or what the actual thread looks like. They're just pointing out the worst parts that he says. Not shooting him bail, but that's just, I always look at how the information is presented. But the thing is, it comes off like she was not happy about whatever happened. Yeah. But also, it does seem like a relationship. I don't know if they got some weird stuff going on. They got some R-word fantasies. Yeah, and he'd be saying, I love R-wording you. Because is it R-wording? Because then in the next one, he's talking about, you should be grateful that I'm effing you. And are you happy I'm not doing something you don't want to do or whatever? And the strangling stuff is in. Bro, I don't know. He seems weird. Like, I'm just going to be honest, bro. Like,
just from what we have presented.
Yeah. But I love the, Tate's great content and all that. But I mean, bro, even the Big Brother video is weird. I'm not into that stuff where you're like hitting the girl with the belt and she's like cussing at you and you're like, that's not my type of thing. He's a weird dude. Like, it's all weird. And then people make the thing of, oh, I wouldn't want my daughter to date him.
But do you know guys like
that?
Do you know guys who are like sexually that like wild with their girl? Like they'll be saying like, can't wait for you to abuse me or some shit like that. Like,
yeah, but there's a difference though. The difference between that and then saying I love R-ing you and I loved it or you didn't pass out, you didn't die. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of weird to me.
Candace Owen made this point that there's a lot of women, not all women, but plenty of women who have an R-word fantasy.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like maybe
that could be their weird quirky relationship.
Yeah, that's why it's a good point to make that it could be a relationship, but if it's one of your workers, that's wild, dog, because now it's like you're really messing up this business and pleasure relationship that you guys have.
You're running an OnlyFans chamber though, like girls that are all like cam girls, so it's just a different line of business, bro. Like I wouldn't be that surprised if like the guys that are having these big porn empires are also smashing some porn stars. Like I just think it's a different business, and I'd assume like the UFC, they're independent contractors, so he can do what he wants with them. I'm just saying I don't think it's like a regular corporation where you're smashing employees, because if you have 10 girls from the start where you're like, yeah, they all were in love with me, I hit up 10 of my girlfriends and did this, I'm not surprised that you're also making love to them.
How do you guys feel about they were talking about Andrew would tell these girls that, oh, we're gonna like start a relationship, we're gonna fall in love and blah blah blah. Like he's really risen up these girls to come and live with him, and then he's like, yo, you're actually gonna be doing this now, we're both gonna be making hella money doing webcam videos.
Okay, he lied. People do that all the time.
Yeah,
you've lied to get some poom poom.
It's to get some poom poom, but at the same time, like it's also businesses do that.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You know, or talent agencies will do that type of stuff. Oh, okay, so they're so we have a deal for you that you're gonna go do this gig, and now we're gonna give you a certain amount of money, but I'm really taking 60% off the top of the money that you made. And that's another point that they were trying to make about Andrew Tate. It's like you kind of trick these women to come to Romania and live with you, and now they're trapped,
bro. But it's just like pimping, bro. Like you literally, it's literally straight pimping, and he's taking all the money from him pretty much, and he's probably whining and dining them or whatnot. But regardless,
it's like, does he take care of him?
I just don't know what to make of like I effing loved how much you hated it. It turned me on. Why am I like that? Why? Am I one of them? All that stuff. It's just a crazy it's crazy messages. I don't know if it really shows that he is an R-worder or R-wordist. But it's just it's the worst thing. Yeah, it's the worst thing. And the fact that he's texting stuff like that, like, come on, Top G, you can't be like, I'm the smartest man on the planet, and you're putting all of this over messages. Like, you know how easily these girls could bury you, dog. And I guess he thought because he was in Romania, like it was just gonna fly. He's saying like the Romanian, and he had said before, if I had done any crimes, Romanian officials for sure would have locked me up. Yeah. And then so like a year later, you're getting locked up, and you have
passports.
I love R-wording you, like,
see,
bro.
Yeah, I've never had nasty talk, and when I brought that word up, that word has never come up in any scenario that I've been in, whether over text, voice message, in person, anything. Even with the R-word fantasy, I think that's more of a fantasy of just being dominated. Like,
yeah, but you're not gonna be
wants
saying,
it, go take it. I would never be like, yeah, you like I'm R-ing you,
because that's weird. I could see it being a like fetish.
I don't hang around those crowds.
Not even like straight fetish, but like you guys have that, you kind of fighting it, but like it's like you guys have this couple game. I don't know. You have a safe word, maybe you have a safe whatever you guys do, but I don't know. It just depends.
I've seen some kinky porn. They never bring that word up.
Yeah, bro. Once you say the R word, it's kind of weird because I can only picture if you're in a guy in the guy's perspective, like, why do I want to be fantasizing that I'm doing this to you? Like, it's a little too far. Like, we're a little too deep in character, bro. No one had to like point out the elephant that this is basically like that. Like, bro, what do you think? I'm just getting my rocks off. What did it say? My socks off? Rocking my socks? I don't get my rocks off. Like, that is a weird part of it. But also, weird dude, bro. Like, you have all these girls around you. You're doing your thing. Like, I don't know how that kind of guy is talking to these girls and what the ecosystem in there is like. But this definitely doesn't look good for the Tatester.
Have you ever heard his rap song?
Oh, and his thing got denied. He has a rap song?
Bro, you got to play it.
Is it fire? I probably won't play it now, but it sounds fire.
It's so funny.
That's cool.
They clowned his ass.
That's
for the rap
funny.
song.
He was like seriously trying to rap at one point.
That's the thing. We don't know if he was actually serious or it was just like content.
How long ago did he put? Like, was it like an old song, like back in the day?
Yeah, bro. It was like a couple years back.
And he was being for real then, bro.
Yeah. Bro, he was trying to do anything to get that fame.
that kickboxing bag was.
He got some black in him. We go over here rapping and shit.
Wait until you hear him rap. He just sounds like a European.
Oh, I was about to say, hey, did he say the N word?
I got a Bugatti.
No, I don't think he said that
N word. Okay.
Okay.
All right, yeah,
it's
he
below his
pale.
Intelligence.
Nah, he's just too damn pale, bro. That's really it, bro.
No, he just don't know another black person. That's really what it is,
bro. That too, but also like, dog. You look at Tristan. You think Tristan's gonna just be in the bar just saying the N word? Like,
no.
Bro, you're going. I
he
don't
might
care.
hit it with the ER accidentally,
but
bro. I'm not even kidding.
Like, cause Tatester, he got the bald head. You don't really know what his hair would have looked like if it had grown out. So you like, oh, you must be mixed. See, you see Tristan, bro. He can't tell you anything. No, dog. You're like, bro, I don't care if you're a fourth, whatever, your grandma, whatever. Dog, it doesn't matter. But I guess if you say my dad, but then it's just like, ooh, that's weird. Like, wow. Tough. That's got to be tough. Just avoid it. And I do think if you look like that, you just should avoid it. Because you're still getting the same white privilege anyways.
True?
Honestly.
Man. This dude, if he did it, fuck him. If he didn't, free the man.
We'll see how this plays out.
People be so quick to have to pick a side on this stuff. Like, you have to be with it or against it. I kind of like sometimes we could just be observers and then comment on the information that we're given. People don't do that though. I like actually what
like
I was
me with Tory Lanez.
Well, that's funny though. That's funny. You have a bias and it was good. It was good content. It was fun, right? Someone's got to be on that side. But other times, like with the Tate,
don't act like you wasn't on it. No, I'm just
I flip flopped. But I was pretty neutral. Oh no, then I started shitting on Meg because Meg is unlikable. So I'll keep doing that. But yeah, with the Tatester, it's just, I like his content. I like the Tatester because I don't know him. I can say that, and you can't be, well, how could you like a guy that does this? Bro, I don't know this guy. Like, it doesn't make a difference, bro. If Tate literally died and no one reported on it, we would still just think he was locked up. He doesn't make that much of an effect on my day. I'm not learning from him. I'm just intaking content, and I might like it, might not. And the dude's a vibe, bro. He's funny. He's entertaining. It is what it is.
And
I like the guy.
He might be an R-worder.
Hope he didn't. Yeah, if he's an R-worder, then fuck him.
So you can separate the art from the artist.
Not even that. I just don't care. Like I don't care. The artist and the art go hand in hand, but I don't know the artist. Like, I don't know this guy. We act like we know so many people. How could you support Chris Brown after what he did to Rihanna? I don't know either of them, bro. And he's still on the streets making music legally. Bro, I can listen to whatever I want to listen to. Like, I'm not that attached to anything that he did because I didn't listen to him because I thought he was an amazing guy that was super stand-up with women. Most of these rappers are pieces of shit, right? Like, we all know that. Most of them, in general. So, I don't listen to somebody and be like, wait, he had what happened with his baby mama? Oh, no, fuck him. Now, the R word's a little different, though.
Yeah. All right, man. This seemed like a great podcast.
Nah, we're not done. We got to talk OBJ.
OBJ? All right, I'll let you guys take care of that one, all right?
You going to head out?
Yeah, I'm going to head out. It's late. Come
on. What are you heading out to, bro? Let the viewers know, man.
I don't feel like letting them know.
You're not going to give it up on the podcast?
You're not going to do no TikTok clips after this.
Come on, bro.
Guys, you're seeing his priorities firsthand.
And I had a boo-boo for the past hour, bro.
Hey, when you were working your job
I'm
at
gonna get out of here.
Cheesecake,
Thank you.
did you ever just be like, yo, I got to get out? Would they have let you off early?
Plenty of times. I forced it out of them and be like, yo, honestly, there's not enough people
You put more
here.
hours in the Cheesecake than you do the craft, man. What's going on? He gonna be driving over to it, super thinking about it. Like, I did just leave work.
No, he's not. He ain't worried.
Wait,
about
let me hit the pub. Let me hit the pub, bro.
No, you lost the pub
This motherfucker.
Hey, have fun with that.
Fuck you. I've been holding this shit for the past hour. Hey, can you reset the kids real quick?
Yeah.
You bastard.
Yeah, make yourself useful, bro. And don't get no allegations on you, bro. If she says no, don't even try to push for it, bro.
Don't even talk about this on air, dog. You never know who's watching.
And you fucking my camera.
Messing up the equipment and shit.
God damn. We're about to kill OBJ.
Oh, can you do this one? No, it's not recording.
Why do you need that one recording? It's me.
Oh, facts. Well, you said you already did it, pussy.
Yeah, I turned it off.
Yeah, it's off. Fuck you, biggest.
Now that the awful... Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I'm just leaving my bag.
Wait, what with the bag?
Just my stuff.
Oh, okay. All right.
If that's okay.
All right, bye. Go,
bro.
bye.
Yeah, it's fine, dude. You're messing up our flow now, bro. Get this trash out the room, man. In fact, I wish your camera was recording so I could see your ass leaving out that door, mother. that fucking. No. It's fine. Or I don't know. Either way. Okay. OBJ. Tori, you saw the video.
Yes, I did.
OBJ removed from the flight. So I saw it, all the body cam footage, whatnot. Basically, the flight attendants call the air marshals, but they're like the fire department type thing. They're there to check on people's health, basically. Yeah. So they call him in, say that he's been unresponsive. They literally couldn't wake him. They were shaking him like profusely, and he's not waking up at all. And they were trying to get him to put his seatbelt on. He's in first class, doing his thing, OBJ status, right? And then they basically try to get him removed. He's refusing to leave, and then at this point now they've called the actual police.
Right.
He's refusing to get off. They're saying, "Yo, if you don't get off, we have to deboard the whole plane."
Right.
And then you're gonna have to get off with us. So everyone's gonna be very held up in this instant, jackass. Everyone's gonna be very held up in this instant. And he's basically like, "Nah, fuck that." And also the passengers are yelling at him too, like, "Get off the plane!
Yeah, he's
get
like,
off,
"Fuck
man!"
you." Yeah.
And so then I think that's when he really doubled down. What do you think about this overall? The look for him is unwillingness to leave the plane, and just the overall airline's decisions in this, because they were the ones that were pushing that they wanted him off the plane.
Right. Okay. So just starting with the airlines, right? I think the airline did a good job by calling in the fire and the medics and then the police and shit like that, because if you have a guy who's unresponsive, he's not responding to you just putting on a seatbelt. You know how easy it is to put on a seatbelt on the flight. We all hate to do it, right?
He's like unconscious.
You hear the ding ding. Yeah, he's unconscious. He's not putting on a seatbelt. He's not listening. Bro, I can't put you 300 feet in the air or however how you are flying in the air and you're unconscious. You might
get the
die.
safety concern.
You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what blood pressure or veins or blood bubbles or could happen from being that drunk and being that high, but I can't have you fly like that, right?
Okay, but then the fire department comes on, they see him, he wakes up, he's awake by then, talking to them. Oh, and also, sorry, they were saying that he had his pants off.
He had his pants off. I don't know if it was shorts or underwear, whatever.
He put him on once he had woken up, I guess. So that is a factor too. But when they come on and they look at him, they're like, yeah, I mean, he's fine. He knew where he was at, knew the plane he was on.
Right.
He's cool. They were definitely trying to just be like, all right, man, y'all go on your way. Like, it's cool. Like, we checked him.
I think they were kind of fanboying a little bit, though. I think him and the cops.
At first, they didn't know, though, because some of them, when they went back in the tunnel, they're like, dude, who is that guy? Who is that guy? Oh, it's OBJ. And then you got like, so some of them didn't know, but I think that did play a factor. But also, bro, we have to have like context to this, bro. Let's really think about it. He's about to be on a 15-hour flight. Mm-hmm. Why do you think he wasn't waking up?
He's high. He has to be high or drunk.
Oh, and also, they said he had just come from the club, too, right? They just showed videos. Right. But, bro, come on. 15 hours I took half a Xan, 15 hours for I land, have me out like it. Come on, bro. He's off a Xan, man. But again, let that man live.
See, but I don't care how high or drunk you are, you have to be compliant, because I know I'm fucking up because I'm drunk and high, right? If I'm fucking up, I'm going to make sure I'm not looking like I'm fucking up. Like, so let me just put on this seatbelt and get on with the flight. But you're not listening, you're not responding, and then when you are responding, you're awake. Oh, now you don't want to do it. Like, now you're just being belligerent.
When he woke up, though, he was. They're like, oh, cool, he put on a seatbelt, he's good now. But their issue was that they were insisting, no, we need him off the plane. Like, and because the fire marshals, they went to the people, they're like, yo, like, I mean, if you guys want him off the plane, like, that's not us anymore. Like, that's a police duty. He's fine. We just checked him out. He woke up. He knew where he was at. We don't really have any jurisdiction in this. Y'all can go. Like, he's good. They're like, no, you didn't see how he was before. And they really seemed like they were upset. Like, they had a point to prove that you didn't see how he was. No, he needs to be off.
I feel like they were already pissed off about the situation, but I also feel like he didn't help his case, though. Because, like, I don't think it was that simple of him just putting on the seatbelt and he's like, all right, I'm ready to go.
But I think it could have been, but they were still insistent he needs to be off. So then they go to him like, all right, man, you got to go. And he's like, I'm not going anywhere. And now people on the plane are mad. He got this old white dude yelling at him. And I could see OBJ, because first of all, bro, you're sauced up, man. You just came from the club. You're drunk, right? Cool. That sounds good. Like, you're going to get on your first class flight. That sounds like a vibe. And then you want to pop your Xanax because it's going to be a 15-hour flight, right? And so I can totally get why he was in that state. Bro, you're already lit, but you're like, all right, I have a 15-hour flight. I'm for sure popping this either way. But for that first 15 minutes. And also, it was really obvious to me when he was having the conversation with the officer, like, "Oh, you're zanned out." Like the way his voice was like this, and, bro, and so I understood why he was bothered. But here's the thing: if I'm him, I would honestly just be like straight up, and maybe this is bad advice for a PR because you're also on body cam. But if you're like, "Yo, like, I'm be honest, bro, I've had something to drink. I took a Xanax just to help me sleep on the flight, so that's why I wasn't waking up. I took, or even fuck Xanax. I took sleeping meds because I'm a nervous flyer, and I was really asleep. I'm sorry, I'm kind of in a fog right now, but I promise I was just off of sleeping medication because it's a 15-hour flight. But also, you're off of Xan and you're fucked up. Yeah. So he wasn't really saying it. He was more just kind of talking.
See, but I don't think that excuses that belligerent type of behavior, though. If somebody's asking you to just do that shit, right? And then when they tell you, all right, you can either get off the plane or we're going to have to deboard everybody. He's like, okay, we can do that. Deboard everybody. That's fucked up, bro, because now you are conscious. You understand what you're saying. You understand where you're at, and you know where you're going. But so you're not that high at this point, right? You can just be like, I'm sorry, my fault. I was a little passed out. I had some sleeping meds. I put my seatbelt on. Let's continue with the flight. Like, there was a point where he came to and just wasn't listening to them, though. Like, that was the point that the flight attendants were making. Like, he's just not listening to us.
So they were saying that he wouldn't put the seatbelt on.
He wouldn't put the seatbelt on, and we cannot fly without that, one. And
I think,
and two, they didn't feel safe just flying with him being unconscious like that. They brought up the fact of him being unconscious, like the safety reason, after he was probably like, "No, fuck y'all."
He was already being belligerent.
Yeah, already like, "Fuck y'all, no, I'm not doing that shit." Now it's like, okay, now he's not putting his seatbelt on, and we saw him unconscious. I don't feel safe to fly.
But see, all right, here's one aspect. I try to look at things in like so many different perspectives. I also look, if I was OBJ's homie, right? We were just in the club turning up. Then he gonna hit me like, "Yo, you're not gonna believe what happened on my flight, right?" So I'm on this flight. I'm zanned up. I've been drinking. Apparently they couldn't wake me. The ladies talking crazy to me when I wake up. I'm like, bitch, fuck out. Whatever I say to her, they call the ambulance or whatever. They come over, check me. They say I'm good. They walk off, and now they're insisting I got to get off the plane. And people on the flight, this old white dude in first class, start talking crazy to me, doing all like, he telling get off. So I guess what I did, bro? I told him, nah, y'all could get off the plane. I'ma sit here. And then he was talking shit, saying like, bro, I'm gonna be on a PJ right after this. I don't think he's playing, bro. He's gonna probably be on a PJ. He's not gonna go. And that's the funny thing is, they were saying we were gonna get him on the next flight. The funny part is, it leaves in an hour and a half. He wouldn't have been waiting for that long. But I could see him, when you have that much bread, his mindset of just like, man, fuck you. Oh, yo, this old white dude telling me, bro, bet. I'll be the skunk. Get off.
That's what makes you an asshole, though. Like, that's what makes you a fucking asshole. You know you can get off this flight right now and wait for another one, or call your PJ, whatever the fuck you're going to do. So you're going to inconvenience all these people trying to go home to see their families. They're probably going to go see a funeral, kids' graduations, who knows, whatever reason it is. But now we have to deboard the entire plane. People have to take their shit off this entire plane because you want to act like a belligerent asshole, entitled asshole, to not just remove yourself from the situation. Why? Because you did not want to put on your seatbelt.
Right, and then
like, go on.
But that's the thing. It's not just because they just wanted him off, but because like that's the thing. When the flight marshal came,
they started pushing. Yeah,
he put his shit on. Like, he put it on, so it really could have been that. But I do feel like there was a pride factor too. But I do understand the medical issue as well. But if they check him out and you're good to go, you're not gonna harness any blame. When you had the ambulance come on, these guys who are all on body cam looked at him and said, "Nah, he's good. Okay, good. I did my part as a flight attendant." But I feel like they weren't letting it go because he acted belligerent, is what they said. So maybe he lashed out at them. He already wasn't waking up, like, unconscious. So they're mad. They're like, no, he needs to be off this plane. They pressed the issue, and honestly, it's like, I get what you're saying. His actions were really unfair to everyone else on that plane. But I also think if I'm someone on that plane, I would have really preferred that the flight attendants just leave the nigga. Like, he's gonna be asleep the next fucking 12 hours, bro. Just let him do his thing. I just feel like no one won out of that. Literally, no one won. And even them saying, "Oh, we got him off the plane." You're right, but the whole plane deboarded, and now everyone's running late. You guys have to get everyone back in, redo the whole check-in process. Like, it's just a big hassle, and you better no one had to take their bags out, so that's one good factor. So you don't have to completely like redo.
Maybe not the bottom of the bag. I saw people taking the bags from the top.
Probably just because they want to like certain belongings, or like true. They don't know how long they're gonna be off the plane. But either way,
I mean, it was really the flight attendants pushing for it, because like the medical team, I felt like they gotta tuck their tails between their legs. Like, they saw him. Oh, he's good. Okay, he's up. He's talking. He's responsive. But then it had to come to the cops, because that was like, okay. And that was when procedure came in the aspect. And then they kept asking the flight attendants, "Do you want to do it?" And you saw the lady really trying to like flex up a little bit, like, "Yeah, I want
no one wanted to do it, because they're all saying like, but you understand, if he's saying he doesn't want to get off, and you want him off, we need to take everyone off the plane. They're like, you didn't see him before. Okay, but he's fine now. And I don't think like he's off of Xan, bro. That's not the most dangerous individual, bro. It ain't PCP. But I do see what you're saying.
So if you're a passenger, who are you more mad at, OBJ or the flight attendants?
Okay, it's a late night flight. Sheesh, I'm with. Let's just say because it's so much context has to be with it. Because if I'm with you, we recording, we like, yo, we putting this on the story, bro. Okay. Like OBJ tweaking on him. I'll be like, hey, OBJ, tell him, bro. Tell him, man. Or maybe if I'm mad, man, this is why you so washed, my boy. I'm trying to go
he's
viral
not even in the league right now.
So I might not be that mad at him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I might not be that outraged as a passenger, but now it's different. Now, if I'm sitting with my mom and we're trying to get somewhere and like she's upset, I might be a little more bothered, but like, I'm not gonna be like, OBJ, just get off the plane, man. Like, because you're setting yourself up for this nigga to be like, oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna put my legs up now. Like, I'm not really gonna do that, man. Like, come on, man, just listen to him, you jerk. Yeah. No, bro, I'm gonna start having my fun with it. I'm gonna start getting on the camera and be like, look at this dickhead. If I really feel that type of way about it, because you don't win by telling this multimillionaire, and obviously the guy who's telling him got bread too, but I also know people. Like, let's take it to one of our homies, Solid's brother, right?
Right.
Let's say, I know his personality type. If you try to tell him a certain thing, I know he's gonna be combative. Like if you're someone working somewhere, and me, I've worked jobs where you had to talk to certain guys, and I could look at a dude and maybe I don't want to. What's a good approach to this where he's not gonna feel disrespected, and I can still get my point across to get this guy off, right? And it seemed like the officer,
the cop did a good job.
The cop, the cop talking to him, he didn't, and that's when he was talking very respectfully.
Like, what do you want to do? Yeah, what do you want to do?
Exactly, they're talking real respectfully, and there's a way to go about it. It's different when you're the stewardess and you're like, you weren't listening, whatever, bro. You're talking to a multi-millionaire.
But the only reason the cops talking to him like that is because of his status. If that was a regular dude, they're ripping him off the plane.
No, because they still have to follow the procedure though. But you might be right. They might not. They might
I feel like they would have way less leniency if it wasn't OBJ.
You're probably right. But honestly though, that's the thing. The thing is, the protocol is they need to get everyone off in case it does get physical. But no one's gonna really. Most of the time, people aren't gonna get physical like that, bro. You have 5 dudes standing around you. You're sitting there in a plane, bro. You will never fly again, bro. You crazy. Like, but sorry, I got sidetracked because my point was the old white dude that's yelling at him.
The red shirt.
Yeah, you're setting yourself up when the guy's already not listening to any type of authority, and you want to sit over there. Hey, man, just get off. That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
like, there's certain guys I know. Like, so if that homie of ours is already going at it with the at the restaurant with a waiter or something, I'm not gonna. Hey, man, keep it down. We got kids over here. That's not going to warrant the response. Now, if I go, hey, bro, I see, I get you, boy, they tweaking, but could you just not say F-U-B word so loud because my kids is over there? Even that might not work, but I'm just saying there's a way to kind of tread, and I don't think that white guy was, but either way, he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to be friends with OBJ. He could get his rocks off, say whatever he wants to. Right. No one's really wrong in that scenario.
Do you think that we need to stop putting celebrities and athletes on this pedestal that we put them on? And the only reason I bring that up is because when they did get called and the fire marshals or the police officers figured out it was a celebrity football star, they're like, oh, can I get his autograph? This is OBJ. Like, that kind of changes the whole way that you proceed with the
but
procedure.
Here's another thing, though, because they also had conversations during that where they're like, they had said, well, hey, he's in first class. You know he's got money. And they're like, bro, that's OBJ. Like, someone told him. He's like, oh, that's... And then they started realizing it. To be honest, bro, anyone in first class, think about it. Like, anyone who you are when you're in first class, they're not just gonna try to just snatch you off that motherfucker. This ain't econ, bro. They're like, no, you have a lawyer. You're prepared to sue us. Like, I think not even just him being OBJ, but him being in first class. They just treat you a little different. And that's true just all different places, bro. You go to a fancy ass high end restaurant, you could send this back. No, I don't like this. This tartare was not. No, send it back. They're gonna oblige because they're like, he probably got a bag on him, bro. Like, now if you go to Denny's, the waiter might look at you and be like, all right, bet you gonna like what I give you.
But that's the pedestal though. Like, should they be on this pedestal? Because OBJ's been famous since he was born. Because his parents are super famous athletes. Went to high school, been famous in high school, top draft, LSU, killed it there, and then the NFL. And it's like,
I think we shouldn't hold them on a pedestal as far as expectations. I think we should actually expect worse from them. Any celebrity, any person that has a huge bag and a super notoriety, their brain is just probably wired a little bit different than the average person just going to their job or just regular person, with a family, whatever it is. So I don't think we should hold them to a pedestal of like expecting more of them character wise. But honestly, I think just the way the world works, like money talks, bro, is just is different. Like you hardly see someone in a Lambo getting like, yo, I'm gonna have you step out the car. You just want to search. Like it's just a little different. And obviously there's nuances to things, but it's just money talks, bro. When you have a bag on you, people just know a little better. Like this guy's probably a little savvier. He could probably make my life hell, and I might not want to be the guy who messes with whoever this guy is, even if you don't know the guy. But also other people kind of scrutinize harder. Oh, we a rapper. We in New York police. We doing whatever. I don't know. I'm getting too deep in it, but I think it's nuanced. But yeah.
What do you think's next for OBJ? Because it's obviously not football. He's not playing on the team right now. He's not a free agent. He's out the league. Pretty much.
What you think about to do? Influencer?
You gotta be. You gotta be.
He's still gonna be in commercials. He's gonna be running. Really?
I don't think so after this, bro. This is like, because, okay, you're already not doing the main thing people know you for, which is football.
This will blow over, though.
He doesn't have a social media presence like that right now. Like, he doesn't have his own podcast. He's not on shows with other people. You know what I'm saying?
But his IG is... No, but, so commercials fine, but IG, though, he'll always have that to be able to promote
He'll
whatever.
always have that social currency. He'll always be able to get back up, but he hasn't built it yet. Like, he needs time to build it.
He doesn't have something that's going to... Like, he doesn't have, like, a platform... Like a podcast, you're right. So like, if I look up OBJ, like, bro, he has millions of followers. Like, he has 16.8 million just on Instagram. So I'm saying, like, he just to have that level of platform, bro, he can promote anyone's anything, any brand. Like, he's gonna be making bread regardless. He could just fall asleep and just wake up to money. But and I don't know. I haven't seen any new commercials come out, but we'll see if this really lasts. But dog, I don't know, bro. Like, airport incidents 2 weeks from now, bro. Like, everyone will forget because he's already had all that silly stuff that he's gotten into, or even on the field. So I don't know, but what's next, bro? I don't know. I think it's a might be a hard thing to figure out. Like, what do I do now? And I know he's still trying to play, but eventually when that doesn't happen and you have all this partying, you in Miami, you off the Zanny, like, I don't know, bro.
Him and James Harden need to start something, like a podcast together. That'd be great. Or bro, like Twitch or something. Like,
I would love to see. I wish more of those guys should start podcasts, bro. But it's just a lot of work, though.
Yeah.
Podcasting on, like, even because Draymond, the first time he did it fell through, and he just said, like, yeah, man, like, I had to really learn. I totally failed, and I had to learn, like, what it took, the consistency, the amount of time, the scheduling issues. And I think some people, man, you already got so much bread, like, to start this new endeavor and not know much about it. I'm sure he has hella connections, but I don't know if everyone's up for that, especially James Harden, bro. He's in the, I don't know. I don't think he's up
That'll
for
be just so funny, though, hearing their stories about going to Houston, partying
Welcome
together.
To the Beard Podcast.
Oh, God,
yeah, what's up? Because he doesn't even talk that much. He doesn't have, like, a personality like that. We know him as the Beard, more stoic. We don't even know his personality entirely like that. I think that's why people aren't as loving of James like they are of, like, Giannis, or just different guys who are like, you love the personality, because he's just talking basketball, bro. Like, he's not talking about anything else, but you just know he has this nightlife that he be into, and he got all the strippers. Like, you hear about him from the streets. You don't hear about it from him, bro. That's the funny part. Yeah. Back in OKC, you just knew him as, like, this guy's nice. Like, he's good, bro.
He was so weird at OKC with that face without the beard.
That shit looks ugly.
He was really hooping out, bro. 6th man of the year. Shout out James Harden, though.
Shout out to James, man. Shout out to everyone we talked about, man. Unless they're R-worders.
Yeah, man, all the weirdos.
Man, forget all the weirdos, bro. This has been a vibe, though. We got 2 hours in, man. I like it. We made up for other stuff. I'm going to have this bad boy out, and we're podding again Friday. Stop playing with him. Man, I hope everyone enjoyed this, bro. It's been a very cool space, man. You should really tap in with the YouTube a lot, bro. We get so many comments now, bro. Like, or like on the main videos, just on, like, all of our stuff. It's pretty cool, man. It's a vibe. It's weird when we don't have content up. I hate it. It drives me crazy. I start taking random ass, like, videos to post up on our shorts.
Oh yeah, the shorts.
Just so we have something like. But it's nice still to hear it from people. It's annoying not hearing from people. I'm like, man, I gotta post something, bro. I gotta hear what the streets is saying. It's fun though, bro. I've been enjoying this, man. I'm just antsy to keep putting out more. And we'll have the vlog soon, man. We gonna drop a lot on y'all heads tonight, man. And I got the music video coming out. I should have talked about that. But music video Friday.
Yes, sir.
If you're watching this, we love you. We love you. We love you.
I've been holding this shit for so long.
Oh yeah, go take your shit, bro.